Yeah. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego on the back. Happy Veterans Day. Smash a like button. Man, new media is like demolishing y'all. We gonna jump right into it. We working. Y'all know what it is. Listen, I got people hit me up like, oh yeah, wait until I get off live streams and leaving comments. Oh, you're lying. You guys, old media is squirming. You see it. They're not thinking of saying nothing rational, not countering what's being said, bringing up factual information. So I'm gonna keep hitting them over the head with more. We got them right where we want them. They know it. They know it too. We're gonna talk about it. They know it and we gonna show it. Period. All that stuff people been talking about for the last year. All that to find out. That's like you having a coworker and he's being accused of being a pedophile or something. And you're like, nah, man, I went to lunch with him every day. He's not like that. He wouldn't do that. And then they're like, hey, we got some evidence against him. Nah, hell no, that wasn't him. You guys got you got bad information. And then they go through the trial, and then they got him on tape and all types of shit. And you found out the person you was vouching for, wasn't the person you thought they were. That's an extreme situation, but that's similar to what's here. ManFan said all this stuff for the last year and a half, 2 years, right? And now when they're finding out it's not true, they're frantic. I mean, this is insane. Like what we're hearing from Joshua, since when do we you got to ask yourself simple questions. Since when do we know Joshua to, have fake hype and be the trash talker? He talking about he'll break Andy Ruiz's jaw. He keep talking about Wilder, whereas 2018 he was mum and quiet about Wilder when Wilder was screaming on him. Sign of the times. It lets you know things have changed. It really lets you know things have changed because now he has no choice but to actually comment on some of these situations. He has to hype up his event. I told you, coming to America, Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall, they made it look easy, but it's not as easy as you think breaking into a new market like America. See, I know about the American market because I'm in it, This is where I made my name. I made my name with the American market. So I know how hard it is. You see, things that are kind of uncharacteristic for Joshua here. It's a bad look. And this goes to show you old media, they have nothing to say. They keep saying, oh, you're wrong, you're biased. All you're going to talk about is Joshua. Yep, this is my full-time job. You keep clicking on the video. Why would see that proves it right there. If you didn't want to talk about Joshua Wilder anymore or this situation, why would you click on the video with the picture of Joshua and it says Ego Live? I'm talking about Joshua. See? That's what they do. That's the type of stuff old media does. Oh, you're obsessed. Whatever. All right, I'm obsessed. Now what? That's how you know they're getting crushed. They're getting demolished. Period. They know they don't have answers to all the things that we're bringing up. They know it don't make sense. Because they want to hear and listen and try to misinterpret to change the scenario. Ooh, I love that. That's new media music to my ears. Like I said, we are witnessing Anthony Joshua, who is approaching his fight week. He's always the cool, calm, collected one, right? He's approaching his fight week talking about breaking Ruiz's jaw. I will break Andy Ruiz's jaw if he wants to trash talk. He talking about Wilder incessantly when Wilder already said, I got a lot on my plate. We got a 3-fight plan, 2 more fights. We're not fighting this year. Why are you still talking about it then? Tables turn. See, shout out to Brooklyn, man. Oh my gosh, this is that new media shit. I love Ego's Army. Look what Brooklyn Mac said. Said Joshua thought he was so far ahead, but reality hit, and now he's playing catch up. Boom, and that's what happens. His whole slogan is stay humble, and I don't think in this given situation he remained humble. He thought he was way above it. He thought he was above talking, about Tyson Fury and Wilder fighting, and he didn't have to respond to Wilder. He's like, oh, he's just chasing me. I'm Anthony Joshua. I'm the one that fought Klitschko. Me, I did this. In my 15th fight, he's on his 40th fight. But all that shit that Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua have been talking about, right? Oh, I did this in my 15th fight. That stuck, for a little bit. You heard Eddie Hearn, the idiots. They were repeating that same shit. Oh, yeah. Joshua's on his 20th fight and Wilder has 40 fights. But that shit didn't last for any length of time. Nobody cares about that. Pacquiao, Mayweather, nobody cared what fight. They just wanted to see the fight. When Mayweather, here's a fact. When Mayweather and Canelo fought, they only had one fight difference. Like, let's say Mayweather had 44 fights, Canelo had 43. Canelo was dangerously close to the same amount of fights as Floyd Mayweather. Turned pro in Mexico, and he's been learning on the job ever since. People just wanted to see the fight. Nobody cared that, Canelo turned pro at 15 and, one guy has 44 fights, one has 43, And the funny thing is just this what I'm saying. I don't think Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn, I really don't think, like, either they think we're stupid as fans, or you think new media stupid, think I'm stupid, or you're not thinking through what you're saying, because there's obvious loopholes, Swiss cheese arguments, right? Like, just listen, man. I shoot down this whole like these theories that they say. One hand, Joshua is saying, oh, he has 40 fights. He has 40 whole fights, and I only have 21. I have half the fights. But then in other interviews, he keeps talking about how Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder need to fight him right away because they've been pros for 10 years, 10 years, and he's only been a pro for 5. So you're admitting that they've been pros for 5 years longer than you, basically. So it's not really a mystery that they have more fights than you have. See how that doesn't really Okay, let me run this back. Joshua's like, oh yeah, I'm only on my 21st fight. Wilder's on his 40th fight. But then he keeps repeating how Wilder and Tyson Fury, they need to get him now because he's still learning on the job, and he just started boxing a year after they turned pro, and they've been pros for 9-10 years, and he's only been a pro for 5 years. He's making it like this is a math class or something, like some kind of equation you can formulate. Like, okay, George Foreman, he's 15 years older than Michael Moore, divided by the reciprocal. That's not how boxing works. Boxing doesn't work like that. There's no like formula in terms of when someone turned pro, etc. So anyway, on one hand, he's saying, oh, I only got 20 fights. They got 40. He got 40 fights. But then he's also saying that they've been pros for double the time that he has. So what would they have been doing in the 5-6 years that they've been a pro longer than you, other than racking up their fights and, going on their path? You thought they were just fighting one time when they first started? They were just going to be fighting one time a year, as prospects before they became champ? I mean, that doesn't make sense. If someone's been a pro for double the time, then most likely, if a person only had 5 years in the game and someone has 10, 11, then yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just like a job. I worked at Lowe's for 6 years, right? So I had more vacation time and, holiday pay saved up than people who had only been there 9 months. It only makes sense, seniority. So beyond all that, nobody gives a shit if Wilder's on his 90th fight. When you hear people talking about Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman, I don't even know what Keith Thurman, I don't even know his exact record. I don't know exactly how many fights he has. Manny Pacquiao, I do know. Thurman is about his 71st fight. Who gives a shit? You can, if you want to bring up an angle and say, oh, Pacquiao has dumbass experience because he has 71 fights, that's cool. But if people like the matchup, they like the matchup. Those are two champions with WBA versions of the belt in the same division. It's a good fight. Nobody cares that Pacquiao has 71 fights and Thurman got 26 fights. None of that has nothing. But this, in AJ's mind and Eddie Hearn's mind, they still feel the need to keep telling us that. That's all they keep talking about, how Tyson Fury and Wilder turned pro a year after he started boxing, and they've been pros longer, so I'm gonna get better. They're not gonna get. I mean, and Ego, have you ever heard of a boxer or managers offering money for a fight that wasn't real? Motherfuckers still stuck on the 50 million wasn't real, but when it has a fighter or manager ever lied about the money, bro? My thoughts are like this. Just like court of law, if I'm suing you, then it's my burden to prove that you owe me money. I got to show receipts. I got to show, a contract. I got to show something. So that being said, it's up to Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua to do their due diligence to show the world that that was a counterfeit, nefarious, felonious offer. Period. If it wasn't a real offer, then how come you have no evidence to prove that it wasn't real? That makes no sense. Wasn't a real offer, but we can't prove to you that it wasn't real. You know what I'm saying? That's like going on Maury Povich, not reading the paternity test results, not doing the paternity test, and saying the kid ain't yours. Like, what is that based on? The thing with Maury is this. He'll at least do a DNA test, a paternity test, and then, the test is 99.99888% sure you are the father. They haven't showed any conclusive evidence or proof that the 50 million wasn't real. If you're alleging that the 50 million wasn't real, you have the burden of proof of showing that. And what's funny as fuck? Like I always say, let's really, bro, they cannot. I'm telling you, new media is the greatest. They cannot fuck with new media, bro. They cannot. The points I'm making, they cannot withstand. I'm on some Thanos shit. They cannot withstand the points. I'm making too much sense for them. For example, oh my God, if y'all want me to hit him with that Thanos glove, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? If y'all want me to hit him with I got points all day, bro. If y'all want me to hit him with that Thanos glove, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? Shout out to Brooklyn Mac. I'm going to hit him with that Thanos glove. They can't refute the shit I'm saying, bro. And I'll prove it, like always. Okay, back to the 50 million. Al Heyman has had his hands, his company, his LLC, his advisory has been a part of the majority of the biggest fights that we've seen in modern boxing. I repeat, Al Heyman has in some way, shape, or fashion been involved. His advisory, his advice, his fighters, people who work with him, his imprint, his LLC has been involved in literally majority of the biggest fights that we've seen in this modern era of boxing. I'm talking about not just good fights. I'm talking about good fights, but that were blockbuster fights, lucrative fights, right? Why would it be out of the question that Al Heyman, of all people, would have trouble getting $50 million, being how he came from the music industry, how he worked with Floyd, and Floyd made all of this money, and Floyd got 100 million guarantees and all this shit, and all the money they did with Conor McGregor and Floyd Canelo and Floyd Pacquiao, all this stuff. Al Heyman has had a part in all of that, right? So with all this track record, all this on his rap sheet, why would you even doubt for a minute that he can't get with the people? All this premier boxing champs, Waddell and Reed got with the necessary people. They've been saying that Al Heyman is, he's done for and he ran out of money and he can't do. That was years ago. So when is the running out? How you gonna say someone gonna run out of money, and he's still operating the premier boxing champs? Oh, he's overpaying fighters, but he's still doing it. Like Errol Spence is reaching his pinnacle. Wilder's reaching his pinnacle, but they've been hating for the beginning. So why would you, for a second, think that Al Heyman, of all people in boxing, can't come up with it? Yet we hear reports that a new company like Canelo, or I mean like DAZN, is giving Canelo 36 million for a fight that's non-pay-per-view. So how is it that DAZN, a new company, is able to come up with 36 mil just for Canelo, plus give Jacobs 2.5 to 15 million dollars, which is about, depending on how much they actually gave Jacobs, 42 to 50 million dollars for that fight, non-pay-per-view. So a new company, you think they could come up with that type of money, but Al Heyman can't. Stop it. See how stupid that sounds? You got to just apply logic. Al Heyman has been involved in the biggest fights of boxing, period. You can get mad. You can say, oh, you love PBC, all this old bogus shit. It's a fact. It's a fact of the matter. That's what's going on in boxing. Nah, I'm not making no montage videos. That would be too. Yeah, first of all, I'm not doing that. I get paid to do what I'm doing. Second of all, I don't own the footage to everything. So listen, you got to be smart in this. When you saying stuff that people don't want to hear necessarily because they know it's proving them. Like, I've been on YouTube platform. I know what I can and can't do. I can't use other people's footage like that. So yeah, I reject that notion. I'm not doing that. Plus, I get paid for this. I'm not going through. Listen, take my word for it. Do your own research. I try to show you guys examples of what I'm saying, but I'm not making no montage of and doing the research. I don't need to research. My memory bank serves correct enough. I don't need to research anything. I know what I'm saying. My research is in here. I'm like Jay-Z. I swear I get this in one take. I'm one take Jake. I don't need to research anything. I'm telling you the research. The research is in my memory bank. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you guys. So you guys research. If you don't believe what I'm saying, and I like I said, I give you elements of going to it and actually showing you and playing clips and shit like that. But if you don't believe it, you do the fact check. I already know what I'm saying is true. I'm just putting out the information as I see it. So anyway, man, why would you assume that Al Heyman, who's had his hand in the biggest fights, the most lucrative fights this modern century of boxing or whatever, he can't come up with 50 million, but DAZN can pay Canelo 36 million, pay Jacobs 10 million or whatever the fuck they gave him. They could pay Triple G. Come on, bro. And it's a real poor man's job of damage control, because I told you this is the new media era. This is our time. All this stuff is documented. I'm not just out here wasting my breath. I'm not just out here doing this for my health. You know what I'm saying? So all the information is put out there. So it's negligent to think that people haven't been keeping tabs as to who said what on both sides. So you think you just come in and then pull the okie doke and then convince the world that Luis Ortiz has been ducking AJ and Wilder been ducking AJ. But for the last 2-3 years or better, I've been clamoring for those fights. Wilder's been clamoring for the fights. Luis Ortiz has been talking greasy. And Joshua, who again thought he was above it, literally had nothing to say about it more often than not. And he never really went into details because he thought he was better than that. Shout out to the Natty. He thought he was too cool to respond. He was too big to respond. He thought he was he thought he was a boss, but he's not a boss like he thought. Like Jay-Z, perfect example for all my hip hop heads. Jay is a boss. We all know that. Jay-Z is a boss. Sometimes people in rap would diss him and he would hit him with subliminals. We knew he's talking about Cameron, but he don't even give Cameron the time of day of saying his name necessarily. He's like, niggas chase you out the rucker. Fuck it. And you okay, chased out the rucker. He talking about Jim Jones and Cam. But he didn't give them the clout to even say their name. But that's Jay. He could do that. Joshua is not in a position. He's not a boss like that where he could, he makes money and, whatever. But he's not a boss where he has so much clout over these other guys. Like Jay-Z was in a league of his own in hip hop. Everybody knows Jay-Z was like, put out classic albums, one of the highest earners in the sport, him and Diddy and Dre and shit. And he was the one that could really, Diddy makes money, a lot of money, but he wasn't like a spitter. Same thing with Dre. They got ghostwriters. We knew Jay can actually spit. Plus he was a business mogul and shit. And he had the Rockefeller Records and Rockaware and all that, blah, blah, blah. That's how Jay did it. Joshua thought he was in that position where he was just like so much, like I'm the king of New York, I'm so much bigger than Wilder and Fury. And I blame social media. Here's why. I blame social media because, like I tell you, it is very easy at any given time, especially in this boxing. I've been in boxing for years. It's very easy to take a gander and meander through the comment sections of boxing, read a lot of old media comments, in the last few years, and get a false sense of security, right? Like go to a Wilder video and things like change like that in boxing. Go to a Wilder video, a year and a half ago, and get a false sense of security because you look at that time, the comments would be like, oh, Wilder's a bitch and he's ducking and AJ's going to knock him out and stuff. That's what you would see people saying, So Joshua and Eddie Hearn and stuff, they got comfortable. They thought they owned the public opinion, and that was, I want this shit forever, man, ever, man. They thought it was just going to stick and stay there. But that's not how boxing works. Just like Keith Thurman. When Keith Thurman was pulling up on Paulie Malignaggi, you better not duck me. Don't duck me, son. People was fucking with it. They're like, oh, shit, Keith Thurman calling out Mayweather. Oh, yeah, Floyd, we burning money this year. And people felt the energy, and they was like, oh, shit, Keith is real. The lights getting dude with braids, a ponytail, he's raw. But then decisions made by Keith Thurman, his profile took a hit, and then you seen people like Errol Spence start to incline. Crawford start to incline because he started getting, moving up in the division. And then you start looking at people start looking at Keith Thurman like, damn, Keith, you always injured and shit. You like Mr. Glass and shit. I'm Mr. Glass. You know what I'm saying? So public opinion, you can't really go off of that because you could be here tomorrow, here today, gone tomorrow type thing. I've seen people turn on people quick. And that's how boxing fans are. Canelo could be the man. And then when he gave up his belt to Triple G, he had hell to pay. People turn on Canelo. When he failed with clenbuterol, people turn on Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So nothing's given. But Joshua and Eddie Hearn, they probably got a false sense of security looking at comments. People were saying, oh, bum squad and stuff. So that was like supporting their agenda. But then the real ones like new media looked through that and then, kept it real from the beginning. And now we here now, and we see the tables have definitely turned. Dropping these indisputable facts, ego for the win. Easy work. This shit is easy work. When you have to tell the truth, it becomes easier because I don't have, and this is the great thing about new media. I don't have to lie. I don't have to kiss nobody's ass. I don't have to lie. I don't have to like be somebody I'm not. I'm not trying to be no tough guy. I'm just trying to talk boxing. You know what I'm saying? But when you don't have to lie, it's so much easier. Just imagine if you had a wife and you was cheating on her. That becomes hard. You got a regular job, you got kids, you got a wife, and then you have a life outside of your wife. You creeping on her and shit. You live in a double life. You gotta, especially if you ain't told the girl that you married and shit, you gotta be two different people. Me, single, ready to mingle. I don't have to worry about stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? I don't have to like worry about, somebody. I don't, that's what happens when you're single. You don't have to worry about, being tied down and what is this person, stuff like that. So that's the same thing with telling the truth versus like lying. I don't have to remember a lie. Like when I'm keeping it a buck and telling you what I think, you rarely see this shit change. You know, I have to be changed by the world. You got to show me what the error of my ways. Like if I said what I said and you're not willing to prove that what I'm saying false, I'm gonna continue believing what I feel. Because I always everything I feel comes from something. I'm not perfect. I'm not always right, but it comes from something. So if that's what I feel, that's what I'm rocking with because my intuition has got me very far in life. I felt that Errol Spence was going to beat Mikey Garcia. That's my feeling. That's my gut feeling. And I was firm on that. You didn't hear me waver. You didn't hear me say, oh, I think, but if Mikey does this and Snack did this. I didn't say that. I just told you. I said, I like Mikey. Don't see him winning here. I told you that. 10 toes down, unapologetic, still not giving a fuck. Still don't give a fuck. I told you that. So I told you, if Mikey Garcia knocks out the crazy shit y'all was saying, he was going to hurt Spence and he's stronger than Spence and all that. I said he going to have to show me that. That's literally what I said in my videos. Go listen to him. I said, I ain't seen that. He's a good fighter, got a great 1-2, elite, all that. But you talking about he's stronger than Spence. I haven't seen that. You talking about he's going to outbox Spence. I told you, Spence can box more than he's led on, people to believe and shit. He's more fundamentally sound than you're giving him credit for. He ain't no Ruslan Provodnikov. I said all of this. I said Mikey gonna have to show me whatever all that shit you talking about. Mikey gonna have to show me, and he didn't. He lost every single round. So life goes on. But that's how it is. New media. I'm telling you based on what I've seen, what I feel. That's cool if you disagree. But if you disagree, you can't just arbitrarily disagree, but you can't explain how you disagree and provide receipts or facts. Oh, yeah, you're lying. Joshua is the tide hasn't turned. Okay, based on what? Wilder just went viral. People are still talking about Wilder's fight. Joshua is fighting in 5 days, and I don't really hear an immense, passionate, crazy buzz. So what are we talking about? Look. Look, this was on my Twitter right now. Madison Square Garden, verified page. There's nothing like heavyweight championship fight at Mecca of Boxing. June 1st, heavyweights, boxing's biggest star. Anthony Joshua will make his long-awaited USA debut against hard-hitting challenger Andy Ruiz. Exclusive seats, right? They still got seats. Look. Boxing's biggest star. Okay, they still got seats. Targeted ads like this are smart, but those ticket prices are ridiculous. Ruiz is not even a top 10 fighter. When I saw this ad, I got legit excited that HBO. I don't know what HBO has to do with that. $206 plus fees for upper tank. That ain't it, Chief. Adjust those prices. So he'll be fighting another punching bag, just like Wilder, and then we could discuss why shithead promoters can't come to an agreement. Here's what they think about you. I'm not watching a Joshua fight until he gets in the ring with Wilder. Posted a picture of Wilder. Look. They posting Wilder pictures. If it ain't against Wilder, fuck out of here. So, once again, new media is infectious. You can say whatever you want. Look, this is on Madison Square Garden's page. Rocky G says Anthony Joshua is heavyweight boxing's biggest, all caps, coward. That's what I didn't tell them. I don't even know these people. This is what they're saying. So once again, all that old media shit, that's cool. Live and die. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Y'all motherfuckers finna die. Y'all finna die by the sword because you can say whatever you want, but you're not going to be able to fool everybody. You simply can't. Not especially in a place like America. It's just big. People, we fought. It's Memorial Day. Shout out to all the veterans and the people who served. We fought in this country for democracy and patriotism, for the Constitution, freedom of speech, the ability to vote, things like that, right? Equal rights, affirmative action. So you can't take that away from our democracy. So you're not going to just come in and transplant, and just say a bunch of shit and throw shit on the wall, expect it to stick. Not here. Not with new media around. So, people can say whatever they want, but the proof is in the pudding. Joshua is supposed to be boxing's biggest star, and they're still selling tickets, and it's not the initial opponent, and I haven't really heard a major push or buzz about the fight. That's literally what I see. And I got an add-on point, but I want to show y'all. Then you hear Joshua clout chasing, bringing up Wilder for his fight week, which is something he never previously did or wanted to do. All right. Shout out to boxingnewsonline.net. Anthony Joshua, if Andy Ruiz talks shit, I'm going to want to break his jaw. When do you ever hear Joshua talk like this, bro? Look. When it was announced beginning in May, Andy Ruiz would be stepping in for Gerald Miller replacement. They posted a video, blah, blah, blah. I heard him say that. I'm going to smack him up now, Joshua chuckled. It's like in the Povetkin fight. When he hit me, I thought to myself, I'm going to fuck you up now. Because he didn't speak English, he didn't trash talk before the fight, so I respected him. But when you in there, you take the fight as it comes. Miller was going to get peppered straight up. If Ruiz wants to go down the route of talking shit, then I'm going to want to break his jaw and hurt him really bad. But if he wants a good boxing match and he gets hit with a shot he didn't see and we shake hands after, then it's best not to say anything. Like Vladimir Klitschko and Povetkin, I come from the amateur background where you fight the best and respect the best. Miller comes from the gritty gym background where it's all trash talk. You've got to talk. In amateur boxing, it doesn't really matter what you say, the medals, the accolades, except, see, this is what I'm saying. This stuff, to me, doesn't make Joshua relatable. Like, trash talk, there's nothing wrong with trash talk. It excites the fans. So, it's like he's trying too hard to be PC or some shit. Oh, yeah, it's about the, you still knocked out Povetkin and Klitschko, and you said they were respectful. So what are you talking about? So they were respectful to you, but you still knocked them out because you're in hand-to-hand combat. Bottom line is you got a guy trying to knock your head off, you trying to knock his head off. You know what I'm saying? He keeps talking about being polite and having table manners and shit, and proper etiquette, and it's not delivery, it's the zone. Pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon? What are we talking about, bro? It's boxing. You know what I'm saying? You got a guy trying to take your head off, you trying to win and take his head off and secure things for your family. End of story. And he's talking about breaking. You just said that, but then you talking about breaking Andy Ruiz's jaw because he said you fight like a robot. So you just like shamed trash talking, said Miller does it because he comes from, the gritty gym background where he trash talks, and I like Povetkin and Klitschko because they didn't trash talk me. You know what I'm saying? But then so is that not considered trash talk? You say you're going to break a man's jaw if he wants to talk about you? You know what I'm saying? It feel. Someone said AJ corny as fuck, man. It's unnatural. That does feel unnatural. It's like he ain't even. Nipsey Hussle said it. He said, he said, nigga, switch a side. What'd he say? Disappear, I'ma reappear. Switch sides, nigga, looking where? Switching side. It's like bipolar almost. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like switching side. Either you, when Miller was in your face, you accepted it, and people were like, damn, you let him push you and stuff. And then portions of it, like when he had the belt at the press conference, he didn't really say as much, but he said a little bit. And then on some of when they had the press conference, he was like, "Fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck." So which one is it? When Dominic Brazil pressed Joshua, he's talked shit back. It's just like you don't have no identity of who he is. So Andy Ruiz says he fights like a robot. Andy Ruiz not like a king trash. See, this is why. This is all proof to me. This is why he didn't want Wilder in the ring. Because Andy Ruiz ain't even a prime trash talker like that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no like major trash talker where he just always go in and people know him for that. This is why he didn't want Wilder in the ring, because I don't think he's like, I think he has thin skin. I don't think he's able to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Black Fight Fan TV. Black Fight Fan TV. Shout out to him, man. Hey, I'll see you in Houston if you're going to be there. $10 super chat. Shmoney game. Keep up the excellent content, homie. You coming to Houston? You just said it. Yeah. Yeah. I got to go to that Charlo shit. H-Town. I heard it's a little bit hotter than Dallas, but we finna make it hot. That shit finna be lit. See, listen. They not finna do this to black fighters no more. They not finna do this to American fighters anymore, where you're not gonna do this to American media, black media. Man, we control this whole scene, bro. The people come to see what we talking about, Shout out to the man, Black Fight Fan, new media. They come to hear that talk. They want to hear that talk. They don't want to hear these old farts and shit. Man, fuck that. No country for old men. All this old shit, we pushing them out. All this old media bullshit. No country for old men. We make these fights hot. They gotta start bowing down like West Side Connection told you. I'm telling y'all. So if you don't want if you don't want us, you don't want certain people at your fight's not finna be lit. That's just how it's gotta be. You seen Canelo Jacobs. Ain't nobody that I know really went there. And this shit looked dry as fuck. I'm just telling you what I seen. We make this shit hot, bro. I work too fucking hard for this shit. I'm not trying to sound like, like a boss. I mean, I'm a boss, but I'm not trying to boss up like that. But what I'm saying is I put in a lot. You know what I'm saying? I put in time. I'll be dog ass tired doing live streams in the hotel, giving people insight and shit. I could just go to fuck to bed. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I seen a free fight, cool, and go to bed. But I don't. I give it back to boxing. I always do, because I do this for the people. I'm the people's champ. So, if you don't want us at the fight, then your event ain't gonna be as hot as it could be. Period. Same thing with Joshua. Who's going to Joshua's fight? Out of your favorite channels, who's going? Like channels that actually have a voice, like Talking Head, like where Talking Head channels where they actually talk and give their thoughts about fights and situational things. It's beyond everybody. Anybody can look. What you want to do, bro? I got phones, all that. Anyone could just film. It's deeper than that. Some people want to hear your mind, because I promise you, there's a lot of people who film and have footage and get views from that, which is cool. I'm not knocking nobody, but at the same time, if they open up their mouth and talked about boxing, you wouldn't respect it. You wouldn't respect what they have to say, their actual opinion, because I'm at the fights with these motherfuckers and I hear some of the bullshit that they talking about. That's why they stay in their lane, and do what's right for them. Just film some shit. Me, I have the authority to do, because I worked for it, to do both. I came in the game talking. I'm like the Eminem or some shit, like a battle rapper who made it into the industry. I didn't just get, a cosign and then I was just put on. I came up through the trenches, 8 Mile, you know what I'm saying? The hip hop shops. That's how I came up. I was blessing mics before I was getting credentials. And I never forget that. And I never forget the people who helped put me in this position. So, yeah, man, AJ, for his part, I see they're trying to act like he's a huge star. You can't make him a huge star with UK in America. You have to make him a huge star, a global star, by getting Americans to want to fuck with Joshua and resonate with Joshua. Look, Expert Genius says Joshua is fake. Go back to when Gerald Miller pushed him. He had more animosity and energy towards the guy in the crowd, talking mess, than Gerald Miller, who had just pushed him seconds before. Yeah, he jump off the stage like he had the Source Awards and shit. And Gerald Miller just pushed you hella hard, and he's 317 pounds, and he's a professional fighter. You rather fight somebody in the crowd who might not even be a professional fighter, and you want to confront them, just like he did. You see, Joshua, he went in and he was like, he was talking reckless to Dominic Brazil. Brazil, to his credit, Brazil was talking reckless to him, and he's like, "Oh, don't look at me like you're gonna do a thing to me," and all you Americans are all talk and all that. But then you wouldn't let Wilder in the ring. See, and that's weird. You gotta understand. If you from the hood, if you're from the hood, you know what that is. You know what I'm saying? Where that's why I like the baby. I like the baby, like the new rapper. I like the baby because he looks like he's keeping his energy consistent. That dude in the LV store looked to be bigger than him, and he kept the same energy. That's what happens. You got heart, and you got heart. It don't matter if someone a little bit bigger. You know what I'm saying? But then you look at some people, like I remember in high school, there'd be some people that they punk so and so, but they didn't punk, this dude. They didn't punk Chad or who Brian or whoever the dude was. You ain't gonna punk Chris, but you punk this dude who's way smaller and in a younger grade. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I got from the Joshua situation. You'll check Dominic Brazil, but then Wilder tried to get in the ring after the Parker fight, and you tell him beforehand, no, you can't get in my ring. My ring. You got to look at that. Why? Oh, I don't deal with fake hype. Then why he don't see Joshua, he does not think about what he's saying, in my honest opinion. He doesn't think about what he's saying because he would see the obvious contradictions. You feel me? He says, I'm not about the fake hype. So why should he be allowed in my ring? It's my ring. That's what he said. I didn't say it. AJ said it. Why should he get in the ring? There's no contract. This is my ring. Okay. So Wilder said he ain't fucking fighting you this year because y'all was playing, and now they came up with a running game plan of who else he could fight, and you don't have a contract to fight Wilder next. You're about to fight Ruiz, and instead of talking about Ruiz, your opponent, your late opponent, because you picked Miller and he messed up when no one told you to pick Miller to begin with, now you want to talk about Wilder. Clout chasing. That's clout chasing. Only when it benefits you are you willing to entertain certain things. That's clout chasing. When Luis Ortiz had been calling you cowards and chickens and said you was hiding, and I was making videos about it, not a peep from AJ. We didn't hear any response, and he was above it. He was, I'm too good to respond to Luis Ortiz. Gerald Miller fails a drug test. Eddie Hearn trying to make it a public, oh yeah, we offered him $7 million. He doesn't want to fight us. Why didn't you offer him $7 million from the get-go? Why was Gerald Miller ever, why was he ever selected anyway? Chisora versus Spilka, July 20th, I'm hearing on Sky Sports Box Office. Oh, wow. I heard about the fight. I didn't know nothing about no pay-per-view. And see, this is with the UK. They be backing all this shit. They got to pay. Hey, UK, y'all always talk about numbers and shit. Y'all getting ran. Y'all got to pay pay-per-view for Joshua late replacement Ruiz. So we don't know under duress in a 5-week camp, what Ruiz can do. At his best, I think he can create problems. But, I don't know what type of, where he would be at in camp. It had he been given a full camp versus having a five and a half week camp. You got to pay for that. You got to pay for Tyson Fury versus Tom Schwarzenegger. Get down there. You got to pay for that. And then they trying to put on Derek Chisora, Spilka, who Wilder spilled. And see, it's funny when that black man from Alabama, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, when he knocked out Spilka years ago, Spilka wasn't shit. That's what y'all say. But then now that your beloved UK fighter Chisora might fight him, Now it's all of a sudden, yeah, a proper banger, a proper cracker of a fight. Come on, bro. America running shit, bro. That's just what it is. I love you, UK, but America, we in this thing, bruh. It's just what it is. Y'all getting second, man. This motherfucker, Carlos Takam, a cat, because he got 9 lives. They just keep resurrecting him. Okay, Povetkin knocked him out. Let's give him to Joshua. Okay, Joshua knocked him out. Let's give him to Chisora. Okay, Chisora knocked him out. Let's give him to Usyk. Eddie Hearn, simply put, does not have a vast stable. It's just like the same dude. Jesse Vargas versus Humberto Soto. Humberto Soto versus Brandon Rios. Brandon Rios versus Canelo's lesser brother, who's not as good. They just recycling and say, yeah, Dave Allen versus Luis Ortiz. Dave Allen versus, it's the same shit, bro. Y'all pay for all that. Dave Allen versus Lucas Brown. Lucas Brown versus Dillian White. Dillian White versus Chisora 1 and 2 and 3. And come on, bro. And y'all have the audacity to say anything about American boxing. Why is Errol Spence? Why would he fight Sean Porter? Why not Crawford? Man, you fighting fucking David Price. David Price, he got knocked out by Erkan Tepper, Tony Thompson twice. Povetkin spilled him, and he wearing them big ass suits. And you have the audacity to say a damn thing about Errol Spence versus Mikey or Ocampo or Lamont Peterson or Porter. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Then he getting bit the fuck up, getting tummy tucks, Cash Ali and all this shit, bro. Stop it. Stop it. Fucking Ted Cheeseman main event. Sam Egington just got knocked out. He just had a main event with Liam Smith, who Canelo tore up. You see why it's called Rematch Room, bro? It's just the same pool of fighters. Sam Egington finna go through the whole roster and shit. Yeah, man. Liam versus... What about the Liam that Gervonta... Where he at? The one that Gervonta slept. Yeah, Eggington, and then they still be building it up like it's some crazy shit. Oh yeah, Sam Eggington, his jab, man. What? Put Sam man. If Errol Spence fought Sam Eggington, McMuffin, whatever the dude's name is, bro. If he fought him, y'all would be, oh, why is Errol not fighting Canelo? Al Heyman and this man. Stop it, bro. Y'all getting sunned by the U.S. Liam. Yeah, I seen that Eddie Hearn interview. Yeah, they try to act like they're, Pacquiao Thurman. How the fuck you mad at Pacquiao Thurman, but you okay with David Price versus Cash App Ali? Who is Cash App Ali? That's a way to send money. Fucking PayPal Johnson and shit, bro. Stop. Y'all look crazy out here. Y'all really, I don't give a fuck. Y'all look crazy. To criticize Pacquiao Thurman, but we gotta watch Liam and Charlie Bit Me and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, all this other shit. Stop it. This fake ass outrage. How the fuck would you be mad at an international star like Pacquiao in a consolidation kind of unification fight with Keith Thurman? But you want to see PayPal Johnson versus Liam and all these other, Chadwick. Who the fuck is Chadwick? Yeah. Liam Calum and, Caleb. Like, bro, stop it. You guys look crazy right now. And it really, fucking Kell Brook versus a guy that Peter Quillen slept, Michael Zarafa. So that's a main event to y'all. Stop. You mad at Pacquiao Thurman, but Kell Brook. So basically, I'm fighting realistically. I'm fighting against mid-true weight. Stop it, bro. Y'all sounding crazy. Y'all look crazy. New media, Death Row East, believe in it. You look crazy. Don't ever criticize anything, and you watching, you know, Caleb Johnson versus Caleb, and Liam versus Scotty Boy. Like, who the fuck is Scotty Boy, bro? Fake ass New Jack City. Who? Scotty, they're gonna kill me. Who is Scotty Boy? You know, who is Ted Cheeseman? And, you know, Edward Delicatessen and shit, bro. We don't know none of them people, bro. Stop playing with me, man. You mad at Wilder fights, but we gotta watch Sam Agington and, you know, and Liam. Scotty too hot. That's what I'm saying. Fucking Richard Bellew and Boy George, man. Stop it. King Corleone laughing because he know what I'm saying. It's fucking facts. It's factual. You know, I'm nobody trying to see this Edward Norton shit or whoever the fuck y'all talking about. And y'all got the oh yeah, Joshua versus Wilder. Man, you got Liam fighting Edward Norton. Let's talk about that. Bro, I follow all these pages. I'm just keeping it a buck, man. I'm sick of y'all. I follow all these pages, and Matchroom included, and I get their, you know, the notification gang, or not notification, but I just be on my timeline, see what the fights, some of the fights, and I'm like, who? I'm like, who? I'm trying to find one. Like, I don't even, like, real talk, they start trying to make it like Katie Taylor. I don't even know who she's fighting. I don't know. Del Boy, Chisora's sister, Del Girl, or Del Taco. I don't even know who the old girl's name. I'm just being real. Della Reese, whoever she, you done accused me of stealing. Are you in charge of the girls? You know, Della Reese, whoever she fighting. Stop. Look, Buatsi versus Parabant. Man, come on, bro. Are you in charge of the girls? In the UK, swear they run in American boxing. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Like, okay, who is this? Who is it? Look, this is Matchroom. Danier Yelisanov. Like, who is that, bro? That's what I'm saying. They don't do any great cross promotion to the point where we're like, okay, these guys are dope. We know who they are. You know, if you're working with DAZN in America, I feel like it is now definitely your obligation to build these guys up in America. You know, look, look, Slave Room Special. Look, this is a Slave Room Special. Fitzgerald Rose. He about to fight Dane Cook and shit. Look at Dane Cook. Somebody shit on the coats. Look at Dane Cook. He about to fight fucking Dane Cook. Like, stop it. Who is that? Brian Rose? That Demetrius Andrade knocked out years ago? That shit Dane Cook. This is Dane Cooked, bro. Stop playing with me, bro. I seen Fitzgerald because I seen his fight with Fowler, but he's still not. He's not like a big name. They don't do no type of cross promotion. Someone said it looks like a Netflix movie. Hey, get the. Hey, y'all gotta chill, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. And then they got the audacity to, like, bro. If you from the UK, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just telling you how I feel. If you from the UK, I don't really want to hear you complaining about top level American fights being made. I really don't. You know, because I'm not valuing it. That's for sure. You know, I can respect you as a fan of boxing, but I don't respect. Okay, you have Dane Cook fighting somebody. Somebody shit on the coats, right? And you're okay with Fitzgerald Rose, but you're critical of Pacquiao Thurman. You're critical of Sean Porter. I don't believe you. I don't believe Sean Porter versus Pacquiao. Or I mean, Sean Porter versus Spence unification is terrible, but you like Fitzgerald Rose. Come on, bro. You like Dave Price versus Cash App Ali, but you're angry at Charlo Harrison or the next fight. Come on, bro. It don't. It's not. You got to make it believable. Back to Anthony Joshua. Now it's getting to the point where we see Joshua is not as big in America as they tried to portray. It's just the reality of it. That's the reality of it. And I tried multiple ways. The UK trying to egg on American media, American outlets, American fans, and chastise them. This is a game you cannot win because your fighters are fighting here. They need to come here to reach that pinnacle of global, worldwide notoriety and stardom. Like the dude that got the idiot earlier that got blocked. He was like, yeah, AJ doesn't need, because I made a statement. I said Deontay Wilder can get really big without becoming really big in the UK. Joshua cannot become huge in boxing without fighting in America. I really believe that. And then the guy got mad. Oh, no, AJ doesn't need the USA. Then why the fuck is he fighting here in 5 days? Why is his training camp out here? If you don't need it. Why is Tyson Fury fighting out here? I bet you enraged him when you said that. That's good. That's good. I want to enrage people because the only way you should be enraged is if you have a better logic that you can disprove what I'm saying. There ain't nothing to get mad at. Prove what I'm saying wrong. Why is Tyson Fury coming off of the Wilder pay-per-view? Why is he not fighting at Old Trafford? You know, why is he not fighting at the Big Ben clock and shit? You know, why didn't he have Mr. Bean walk him out or some shit? Why is Joshua fighting here? Because that's the path that everyone has come through to become global stars. That's the reality. You can get mad. America's a big place. It's a great place, a lot of money. Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. I'm not saying be ashamed of where you from. I'm not saying don't rep where you from. But Wilder didn't fight in the UK, hasn't fought in the UK in a long time since maybe Audley Harrison fight, right? Has done minimal promotion in the UK, and he just went viral with a non-viral dance partner. Dominic Breazeale's not the biggest name. Like, put it this way. This is how you know everything I'm saying is true. Everything they saying is some bullshit. Old media. When y'all I'm killing y'all with facts. It's easy. It's easy. If y'all want me to destroy them with facts, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? And get those likes up. This is the baptism. I'm smacking babies at their christening. I hope you're listening. Smacking babies at their christening. If y'all want me to drop the hammer like Thor, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? This is how I know what I'm saying is true. Smash the like button. Rest in peace, Macho Man Randy Savage. I'm a savage like Randy. Dominic Breazeale. He fought other people in boxing, including Anthony Joshua. Not one time did any of those fights make any real big worldwide global type of viral news or trend. He fights Wilder, gets slept in one round, global, trending on Twitter. Joe Rogan's talking about it. Conor McGregor, I don't know what you're thinking. Fuck the Brazil. You know, Conor's talking about it. I'm talking about it. You know, they're putting on every news station. CBS Sports. CBS Sports is the parent company of Showtime. They don't, every Showtime fight that they have, they don't put on CBS Sports. So that shit was big. That's proving what I'm saying. Proof I'm the truth. That's proving what I'm saying. Because he fought other people. Eric Molina. He fought on other cards. You know, he fought Anthony Joshua. And he never went global. So it shows you the star power of Wilder is ascending. That's why it went global. Just the timing, the severity of the knockout and stuff like that. That's why it went global. Period. It went global because of his dance partner, Deontay Wilder, and then the timing behind it all, and then the brutality of the knockout. You know, those things all thrown into the pot. Like I said, and Wilder's bringing back that good old-fashioned fixation with knockouts. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he's the only person getting knockouts, but he getting nasty knockouts. Like, man, I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. This is great. This is the Wilder crowd. Look at this girl. Look at her face. Look at that girl right there. Look, Brazil, he on the ground. She in the crowd trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. Look, this is the same picture. This is great for boxing. Look at these faces. Look at the reactions. These are the reactions of people in the crowd when Wilder knocked out this man, Brazil. Viral. Look at that's that enjoyment. Look, this man bugging out. Motherfucker look like he just seen a murder, like a shooting. He's like, oh shit. Look at the ref even. Look, the ref who's doing the additional counting. He's like, oh shit, this motherfucker. Look, I like this. This Asian chick is cute. I like her. She cute. Look at these reactions. Look at her. She's like, oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. True emotions. That's what Wilder's bringing back, bro. That's what boxing needs. We need to see that. That's dope, you know. And I was there, so it felt great. You seen live reactions like that, like just when you see any type, oh shit, people fall back in love. Like even if they stop keeping up with boxing, the people that like that, you know, people just like that just because it's shocking. And so Wilder literally, if you looked at it, I was there, bro. Wilder literally was, they just broke him up from, it was like out of nowhere. The ref had just broke him up, and then Wilder walks up slowly with his hands down, and Brazil was in the middle of throwing, and Wilder just and just destroyed him with a right, and his arms like just went and laid. That was brutal, bro. Wilder literally walked up and then spun around like it wasn't nothing, bro. That shit was, that motherfucker did a spin move. He had that James Brown. I feel good. Nah, 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 nah. I knew that I would now. Yeah, Zara, Zara, I got a you. Shout out to Ricky Samuel, always holding it down. If that's the case, why is AJ on IG trying to rally the fans to buy their tickets now. I don't even know what you're talking about. What is he doing? Inside the fight, sold out. You can't buy tickets now to a fight that's been sold out for how long? Why they block Blue from the fight? Ooh, bro, that's not a good look, bro. Because at the end of the day, media, we work hard. So, American media can't come in. All right, bro. Look, I just opened up. Look, speak of the devil. I just opened up my Twitter. I mean my Instagram. That's the first thing that was there. See, God he be sending me omens that I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. All that Meek Mill special and stuff. So we'll see. But Wilder definitely took Joshua's ball. And he took the play from him because Joshua, like, there were clear defined roles. It was like, okay, AJ's the A side. Even diehard Wilder fans weren't bowing down and saying that Wilder was the A side. Now it's getting close. At best, it's close. Wilder might have even passed him in terms of being the A side because we're getting to see the true. And that's why there's pressure on Joshua because he got to put on a performance. He got to this is your American debut. You're fighting a guy who didn't have a full camp. You're fighting a guy who doesn't necessarily look the part. So for casuals, they see a pudgy, guy that looks white or Mexican, if you don't know him, right? And then when you see him getting off with combinations and fast hands, that's not going to be a good look for Joshua. And like I said, there's only so much you can fake the funk with, like ticket sales and stuff. You can fluff it out, like a lot of people do it to make it look like it's more jam packed. But you can't fake the funk all the way. Like you can't make the zone turn profit by faking it out. Pudgy? No, I'm not trying to. I like Ruiz. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. That's just the word that. Well, I mean, what am I supposed to say? He knows. I mean, the motherfucker be like, yeah, Snickers. He knows he's like his body type. Y'all act like I'm violating. I wasn't saying. I'm not even trying to disrespect him like that. I like Andy Ruiz. Portly. What the fuck am I supposed to say? Rotund. That sound worse to me. I'm gonna say portly. Husky. I ain't calling no man husky unless you a dog or something. You part dog, I'll call you husky. You fucking Alaskan Malamute and shit. Like, bro, what? Like, nah, he husky. That motherfucker husky. I ain't calling no dude husky. Y'all could do whatever the fuck y'all want. I ain't calling no man husky. Like, girl, you see that man in the mall? He was husky. Like, hell no, bro. I can't go to my partners, at the mall and just be like, you see that guy came in the stairs? He was husky. Motherfucker husky. Like, husky. He said, nah, I heard you say the motherfucker was husky. You can't be at Home Depot. You mean you're like husky, the tools, husky tools. Nah, his body was husky. He had a husky body. Like, his body was husky. I heard what you had said. You said he was husky. If you had to judge his body type, his body was husky. Yeah, he was husky. He got yeah, bro. Y'all could do it. Hey, bro. What are y'all talking about? Blue blood got banned from the White House briefing. What are y'all talking about? Some Donald Trump shit? The White House? This motherfucker was he in D.C.? What y'all talking about? Donald Trump banned him. I have no idea what y'all even talking about, bro. The White House. I don't even know the White House brief. These dudes just be saying stuff and I don't even know. They're like, Blue Blood got banned off Air Force One. Like the presidential aircraft? They banned him up. They banned him off the off the Air Force One? Like what? What are y'all even talking about, bro? Blue got banned. I swear he got banned. They kicked him out of Narnia. Like what the fuck are y'all even talking about, bro? Kicked him out of Narnia and blocked from Air Force One. Man, I'm a simple person. Y'all gotta give me simple answers. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. They kicked him off Air Force One. He got banned from Nickelodeon's All That. Like, he got banned from all that. What are you talking about? All that. This is all that. Like, what are you talking about, bro? What are we even talking about? He didn't get a credential. But what the fuck is the White House presidential or whatever? And that, listen, if just me, I would be trying to, if I, listen, if I was slave room, match room, rematch room, or whatever, I would try to be letting in blacks, especially after what Barry Hearn said. You don't want no situation like that. You motherfucker. Yeah, back in my day, we just call you a motherfucker. You should be letting in all the the black child. You know, you because that looked a little bit, that sounded a little bit suspect. We'll say suspect. You know, that looked like Quentin Tarantino Django outtakes and shit. So you should really be, instead of turning, you know, after saying that boxing was like the slave trade, you should probably like be letting in the black channel, you know, ones that have covered fights and, you know, interviewed you 2 days ago at the Devin Haney fight and went to Maryland, you know, when they live in New York to cover your other much smaller card because Usyk got injured and you made Devin Haney the main event. So if I was slave room, I would probably like be letting black people. I would probably just let in any black, you know, like we're extending Black History Month with the credentials. I would let everybody. Marcus Garvey, I'll let him in. You know what I'm saying? Afro Man, because like all them, they should be able to get in to your fights, no problem. Yeah, Dillian White just accepted it. I would, man. What you talking about? Slave? What? How do you feel about Eddie saying Deontay is distasteful and Devin Haney is more of a role model? Barbershop got pissed. I mean, people would say whatever. Eddie Hearn got like, you know, they pantsed him and his ass out. So that's not being a role model. How you the bot? There's a video floating around right now, and you see the head of rematch room with his ass out because the fighters pantsed him. That, you know, that, bro. When have you ever seen Warren Buffett like walking out to, you know, a seminar speaking engagement, and a motherfucker that worked for him run out and, you know, pull his pants down and he, oh shit, oh damn, oh, and you know, his ass is out, bro. So what, you know, whatever, bro. Like Frank and Beans, you got the Frank and Beans out. Your fighters really pants you, bro. That like, it's one thing that happened, but to be on tape and then release it, I can't have that because you you got to sign deals with, you know, for fighters. Look it up, man. His ass was out. One of his fighters had a proper banter gag or whatever the fuck they call it, and they pulled his pants down, at a hotel or whatever they were, the fighter hotel, and he was like, "Oh, there, oh," holding his, Franken beans and shit, and his, because he was just walking to get coffee in the hotel, and then one of the fighters, he pantsed him. So that's not whatever. That's not professional. That's what I'm saying. So everyone has their own personal taste on, whatever professionalism. See, people know. I'm not trying to be no tough guy, but people know not to touch me. I don't like to be touched in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna pants me like I'm at work. Like I don't play. I don't know. I don't play them type of games. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just that's like some jackass shit. The TV show. I don't like games like that. Like the shit that they be doing. It's fun to watch on like Jackass or something, but you got a business to run, so it's unprofessional. Nobody would pants me. They know they would get punched in the face. Hey, King Corleone, violent. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like that's just not. We not kids and shit, bro. That's there's other gags and shit. I don't know. I don't like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You sleep and motherfuckers putting dicks on your forehead and shit. Like not putting it on, like drawing it on. I don't do all that extra shit. Not like I don't mean putting the actual dick on your shit. Like, oh yeah, there he goes sleep, and just. I'm not talking about like they just pull out and have this shit on. I'm talking about when they draw. Like all on your forehead with Sharpie and shit, bro. I don't do all that extra shit, bro. he said Barry Hurd is friends with Archie Bunker from All in the Family. Shawnee won the big parade. I don't know who got credentials. I don't care, bro. Like I said, my shit gravy. If I cover a fight or if I don't cover a fight, I'm making money. So it don't really matter to me. And worst case scenario, if I really want to go to the fight anyway, I could buy a ticket. That's nothing. I could buy a ticket and then just go and then do a live stream after. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good. Like I don't have to be at anybody's fight. You got to respect my brand. You got to respect the workflow. I got, we hitting 200K this year, full show from the mud. No, no multi-channel networks, no sponsor, straight from the mud. So if you don't want my audience, privy to your event, then that's on you. I got a good following and a community. You see it. You see, especially when them super chats come in, y'all see it. So I don't care. You got, like I said, life. This is a lesson to all y'all. When it comes to life, know your self-worth. Self-worth. Don't ever let nobody try to play you and, determine your value. Don't let nobody determine your value. It's self-worth. You got to know what you're worth. You got to know what you bring to the table. Don't never let anyone sell you short, undercut you, not give you what you're worth. Negotiate, hold out. That's just what it is, man. But yeah, man, and see, DAZN, they have to, in my opinion, figure out a way with this promotion shit. I have yet. You guys can. I'm gonna say my piece, and y'all can answer. I'll ask the question to y'all after. Me personally, I've yet to feel the big fight feeling for any DAZN fight. Yeah, there's fights that I wanted to see. like Canelo Jacobs or something. But I've yet to feel like, oh, it's a fight week and I've, chest puffed out, feeling good. And, when you feel like when you smash a chick and she lets you smash for the first time and you have that cocky, you go to work cocky. See, some of y'all don't not know, y'all like 40-year-old virgins and stuff. Y'all won't know about this type of shit. This is that grown folk shit. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like a coworker at your job that everybody want to bag, and she ain't gave nobody the time of day, and then you been secretly chilling with her, and you took it down, and you go back to work feeling like the man. But yeah, you got that Jason's lyric feel. Yeah, yeah, and I'm motherfucking Prince Charming. His name is Blockham. We gon' oblige you. Block him. Block that motherfucker. He said his ego drunk. Yeah, I'm drunk. I'm super drunk. I'm so drunk, they gonna have to push the button. That's the only way to get me sober. My blood alcohol concentration is so high because, oh shit, Ronald Finkley. Now you drunk. We all gonna be drunk. So anyway, when you get that coworker, that hot coworker, and you bag something, and you go to work feeling a little bit different, cause she at work, she punched in, she was there before you. She had to start at 8. You start work at 10, and you know what y'all did the night before. You know what I'm saying? So you had that different bop to your walk. I used to go to Lowe's, get my vest out the, you know what I'm saying, out the thing. That shit felt like a bulletproof vest. Get my Lowe's vest. It was just a Lowe's vest, but it felt like a bulletproof vest because I knew I took it down before. So, you got that. Oh, you need an override? Okay. I got you. You got that different little bop to it. DAZN ain't made me feel like that. They got to fix that. I need that feeling. I love this sport. Boxing is great. I haven't felt like that with the promotion. Like, fight weeks haven't been feeling like fight weeks. Like, it's Monday. It's Monday night for a fight week. Heard DAZN is going up to $40 by next January. I don't know about all that, but good luck. That's pretty expensive if they even consider that. Yeah, we on that Carlito's way, that Benny Blanco. Watch out for Benny Blanco. Oh, we having a party. We got blocks like Tetris. Keep playing with us, man. King Corleone from Texas. Right around, act reckless. We got blocks like we Tetris. Let's get it. So I need DAZN. Like, for me as a consumer, I feel like they have to bridge that gap. Override to the lawn and garden registers, please. Facts. I used to power walk. I used to be striking like the T-1000. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, have you guys had the big fight feeling? Has it felt like a big fight week for any DAZN fight from you guys? I just want to hear real honest perspectives. You don't have to lie or feel like you have to fit in with new media. I want to know your real. And if yes, what fight? Have you felt that big fight like when Floyd used to fight? And it's funny because Mayweather-McGregor was the circus of all fights. That shit was lit. I was in Vegas, and I know y'all was enjoying it because I did really good that week. People was tuning into my live streams and the grand arrivals and shit. Like, bro, what about that? They didn't do no media day for this fight that I know of. I ain't see nobody. I didn't see Fight Hub, Hype, or, none of them post it. So they didn't do no official media day. The card is a bunch of people, some good fighters that are like from the UK, but they don't have big profiles and they don't have big counterparts. Like Josh Kelly, instead of him fighting Ray Robinson, why not a bigger name? You know what I'm saying? Somebody like that. I don't know. Like Collazo. I know Collazo's fighting Jose Benavidez. I'm just saying, like, somebody who's Collazo's from New York. Something like that. Cricket's ego. When Floyd fights, the world is watching. Yeah, it makes you realize you took HBO for granted. You know what I'm saying? Because I did get the feeling from, even though I didn't like HBO's their production value was dope, but I didn't like their commentary a lot. HBO still, did their thing when it came to boxing. Not really, bro. Paulie bare knuckle presser was better than DAZN. See, I know, at least he's entertaining and spit. And see, now I don't really feel Joshua has a true identity. I really don't. If you really think about what I just said, Joshua doesn't have a real identity. Like, who is he? Like, one minute he tries to sound inspirational, but like, if you listen to what he says and the words he puts together, it doesn't really, to me at least. I'm an educated person, I'm not saying he's not. I don't know what he is, but he doesn't seem like a wordsmith to me. And I know King Corleone knows what a wordsmith is, where you just have you could put, your vernacular's on point. You've mastered the art of linguistics and you could put words together. See, I come from a rap background, right? Write and pen music, write poetry, stuff like that. Joshua seems like he tries to sound insightful and intelligent, but to me, it seems forced. It doesn't seem like he said something on his easy work. He said something on his like MTV Cribs style thing where his gym, where he's showing his Miami gym or whatever. And he said something to the effect of like, oh yeah, life will knock you down and something. And it says stay humble, because I do believe you have to be humble and not necessarily be an arse looker. He said you don't have to lick someone's ass. Like, what? Where did that come from? That's literally what he said. He's like, yeah, it's like he runs out of words. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were playing this sentimental music, like, making my way downtown, and I need you. And they were playing this like this motivational, like, kind of music, like, yeah. And it was like he was trying to have like an inspirational, like, when life hits you, you da-da-da-da, and you always got to remain humble, and then he just randomly said, oh yeah, don't be an ass licker. Like, oh, that was weird and off-putting. He don't have no game. You're from the Yay area, I'm from Seattle, which both have pure, unadulterated game. Exactly. And there's a lot of like musicians like Nirvana and shit that came from Seattle. Like, people who are poetic and like put the words together. It's just weird. Like AJ, you talking about like ass lick. It seemed weird. It seemed forced. AJ just feels forced to me. He's like, oh yeah. Like it's like, he almost, just to me, this is my honest opinion. Is Hendrix from Seattle? Ugh. He almost talks like he's talking to kids. I know that sounds weird. That's what I really take. Like, it's like he's trying to explain stuff to children. I really feel like that. That's why it feels forced. Like, he was like, yeah, this wall is graffiti. Like, okay, we know what graffiti is. And then he's like, yeah. Yeah, that could be it. You said he's playing nice. That's what I'm saying. Maybe I think he feels he has to be, maybe that's it. Maybe he feels he has to be this like, wholesome feller, and it feels unnatural. That's probably what it is. But I'm being myself. So this is the same person if you meet me, I act the same way. I have obviously different moods and shit. I'll be more turned up at certain times, but I'm the same person. Like, I joke, I'm just a regular person. But yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's Tyson Fury's kind of alluded to he's trying to play nice and, put on this front. That's what I'm saying. It's just something but he has to, in my opinion, he should work on that, because like, let me give y'all some game. I'm going to do like Gilly and give y'all some game. Youngin' in my DM gonna say, right. Nah, I'm just playing. But let me give y'all some game. A lot of dudes strike out with women early on because they lack authenticity. They don't come across as genuine. When you are trying to, let's say you just met a chick, right? And it appears that you're trying too hard to please her. Women aren't stupid. Women are smarter than us. Women realize and have been getting hollered at since they were probably 13, 14, and 15 by older males. You know what I'm saying? Women, this is nothing new. So when you first meet a chick, right, and you're coming across as like you overly care what she feels and says, and like you're overly trying to impress her, that comes across as weird because now it looks like you have ulterior motives or something. Because why would you be this nice to someone you just met? Why would you be willing to bend over backwards? Or you look like a sucker and you look like a pushover. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women don't like that. They like a dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a guy who's like, I don't know why, man. You guys like this guy, woman beater. Not like that. Not I don't. I'm. That was a weird pantomime, like I'm Ray Rice or something. But they just like a guy that decision maker and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? A guy who's gonna not let you walk all over him, stand his ground, or rock. You know what I'm saying? Someone who has an opinion on things, but not too opinionated where they're like, overly judging people. Oh, look at this homeless fuck. Not like that, like disrespectful. I'm a warrior. You guys like this guy? He beat up his wife. But that lack of authenticity turns women off, especially early when they don't know you, because now it feels like you have tricks up your sleeve. Why are you showering me with gifts and we just met? Women aren't stupid. Women know they haven't done anything to deserve this type of behavior from you. So you met her 1 or 2 dates and you're showering her with gifts. You're trying to buy her affection. You're trying to, you trying too hard. I ain't never bought no chick no shit in the first date. Like, I'm not talking about like dinner or something. I'm talking about like literal gifts, like her favorite perfume or I ain't buying shit, bro. You get an ice cream cone or some shit. What you want? 2 scoops? 3? Oh no, you pushing it, right? I'm gonna get you a McRib from McDonald's, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it just looks like you when you look like a simp, you look like you have ulterior motives. That's how it looks like with Joshua. It feels unnatural, and it feels like he's trying to be the person. Like, guys, like I said, with dating, this is what turns women off, because guys, it's like you're trying to say to the female what you think she wants to hear, as opposed to being real with the female. Like, if a female said, "Ego, what happened in your last relationship? Why'd y'all break up? Or when was your last relationship?" And then I'm trying to make myself sound like some goody two shoes, and it was really my fault. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, she did this to me and did this." That doesn't necessarily sound genuine. You know what I'm saying? If everybody else is to blame except for me, and I never. But if I told a female like, "Oh yeah, I made some bad decisions, or we weren't seeing eye to eye," and I just keep it real and tell her, what happened, then she'll feel like I'm opening up to her, and I'm just keeping it a buck with her, keeping it a whole stack. But when you try to say what you think people want you to say, it just comes across as fake and forced and lacks authenticity. That's it. That's what Joshua, it seems like what he says to me, it doesn't, so he said get her a McChicken with mac sauce. With mac sauce. Yeah, you get that McChicken. It just seems like he's trying so hard to convey like Wilder. To me, I fuck with Wilder's personality. Like I could kick it with Wilder. I don't know enough about Joshua to say I couldn't or couldn't kick it with him, but I think I'll have more fun like with Wilder, like just kicking it with Wilder, because he seems like he's just gonna be like regular. You know what I'm saying? Joshua, I don't know, man. He be having like 18 dudes in the house and everyone's laughing at weird shit. And, like, well, what? It would be like the Get Out movie. I'm just keeping it real, bro. I was just keeping it real. It'd be like to get out like 18 dudes laughing at the same joke, bro. That shit wasn't even funny like that though. That was a little bit weird. Joshua be in mansions. I need to see. Where the females, bro. Let's man. Fuck this camp. Where the chicks? I'm trying to control. I think I lied to you, Jonas. You know, I need it. We gotta switch shit up, bro. But yeah, man, that's just my honest opinion. Joshua seems like he wants people to be. I don't know. Maybe it's a UK thing. Maybe he feels like, oh yeah, this is better for the children. But you know, I have to be this premier role model. But they said he was selling weed, so that's why it doesn't seem real. So you went from slanging and getting in trouble with the law, then turning your life over to boxing, but then now you're all this like refined person. Like shout out to Gilly. Gilly's homeboy was pinched or whatever for like he sat down for like 20 years. Wallow, right? But he seems like a regular person. Like he has motivational stuff where he's talking to the youth. Yeah, man, get off all these streets. These dudes they washing cars and trying to make money, but he seems like a regular person. He already went through the system, came up out of it. Now he's trying to flip it. Same thing with China Mac, right? Same thing with China Mac. He been locked up probably most of his life, but he seems like a regular person. He's trying to advocate. He's trying to make his own lane, and advocate so people don't make the same mistakes he did, which is cool, but he's still being regular. Like if you see him on the China Mac on the DJ Vlad, he don't forget where he came. You know what I'm saying? He's still like, DJ Vlad be asking weird questions. Oh, if someone kidnapped and killed your mom, and would you snitch? He's like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna find him though. So he still talk that gangster shit. People, you can't worry about how people perceive you. I don't care. I don't care who's watching. Steven Spielberg could be watching me. I gotta be me. I don't care who watching. Because you can't please everybody, I hope I do inspire people, but I can't at the cost of losing myself or being fake. I can't do that. I can't be like, some Brian Gumble or whatever the fuck y'all want from me. Hi guys, in today's boxing news, I'm not finna do that. Y'all can do that. That's just it. So yeah, Joshua, to me, his demeanor seems a little bit like he don't seem loose. Like, we're not gonna fall. Yeah, this time we're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe. You're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe. It's like he's always like in camera mode. Like it never feels like just it never feels like you don't feel like you get to know who Joshua is. You get what I'm saying? Like 1 minute he's saying that it's bad, trash talking. Oh yeah, I like Povetkin and Klitschko because they just signed the contract and none of this fake promo stuff. It's this and that, But then when Miller started pissing him off, he was like, "Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up." I thought you don't like fake trash talk and all this. So it's like Wilder is unapologetic. He's like, yeah, Dominic Brazil, I'm going to baptize you and I will catch that body. I'm so, because that's where he's at right there. I promise you. But Joshua seems like he's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde almost. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't know what. Like my man in the comments said, Miller pushed you. He's the professional fighter. And you accepted that, but then you jump in the crowd like Jim Jones and shit to get mad at somebody who's heckling you. That's weird, man. Someone said AJ uptight. You gotta loosen up, bro. Step inside the booth, loosen up the tie. Step inside the booth, Superman is a lie. Let's get it. You just gotta, let that shit, all that yoga and shit he be doing, just loosen up. Loosen. It just seems like force. It doesn't seem authentic. And then, like I said, it's when he's doing certain things, it's not like he's talking to kids or something. Like, yeah, this is graffiti. this on the wall, that's Africa. I'm from Africa. Africa, that's Africa right there. Like, okay. Like, what about Andy Ruiz, though? It's Africa. Africa. Like, okay, bro. You know, like just explaining like simple shit that don't. Okay, we know you're AJ, and he was like explaining on that. It doesn't feel that UK. If y'all love that, then great, support it. I'm just telling you, me, as an American, it seemed weird. He's like, and then he spray painted on the graffiti AJ boxing because I'm AJ and I'm a boxer. I like boxing. Like, oh my gosh, like, of course, I mean, that it's not like you had this like sick ass like Eminem metaphor or double entendre, like King Corleone know what I'm talking about. Them double entendre, triple entendre, like where you had something that you had to like break down for the like Conceited did in the battle rap. Slow it down, I just dissed you. I said when I pull up with the long nose, no, it's not. Doing shit like that where you have to slow it down and break it. Like this, he's like breaking down. Yeah, this says AJ boxing. I'm AJ, and I like boxing. Like we kind of gathered that. That's why I don't feel authentic. That's why to me, I'm just telling you, like Wilder, he seems more authentic. Like he seen me. And he didn't have, he's not acting like he making money too. He said, what's up, Boxingego? I said, hey, great performance with Brazil. You did your thing. He's like, thank you, God bless, brother. Thank you, thank you. He's like, who was that fool in the backseat of the car? I seen your video. I watched your video. And he just said it straight up, real, like man to man, real dude. Joshua, even if he seen the video, he probably wouldn't say nothing. Like, it's just different levels of authenticity. Wilder's a real one. Like Errol Spence is a real one. Somebody from ESPN asked Errol Spence a question at the podium after he beat Mikey Garcia. Before Errol Spence answered, he said, "You picked against me. I read it. Man down. You said Mikey was gonna beat me." Put him on blast just like that. Real shit. Real shit. Joshua, and see, this is what's backfired with him and Wilder. He tried to have this sedity, bougie type of attitude, like he was above checking for Fury or Wilder, like they were insignificant. That came back to bite him in a major way, because while you were sitting up here doing that, they started to increase their brands. ESPN spent a lot of money, investing in the Tyson Fury, so he's making money now coming off the Wilder fight, and Wilder's getting more money than he would have previously had he not fought Tyson Fury, because he had a great 2018 with Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury, and he just went viral with the knockout. So AJ's absence hurt him. AJ's lack of committal to responding to these guys and trying to think he was way above them and beyond hurt them, because they teamed up, even though they didn't give us the rematch like we all wanted because of Tyson Fury. It still benefited both of them because they were able to raise their profile. Tyson Fury is hurting his profile by fighting Tom Schwartz, but at least he's getting a bag with ESPN off of the back of the Wilder fight, because Wilder resurrected him. And Wilder's popularity is constantly growing, and he's going viral, and people are paying attention. I already told you, I've already explained. Wilder versus Brazil, great knockout. It wasn't his most crucial knockout, though. But the everything's clicking. That's why everyone's talking about. Spilka got spilled worse than Brazil, because Spilka, there was no getting up. The motherfucker, his arms got crucified too. Passion of Christ, the same thing. But Spilka didn't get up, and they put him in, loaded him up, in a stretcher and shit with a neck brace. But people weren't checking for Wilder as much then, on a worldwide level. But the timing is right. People paid attention after the Tyson Fury fight and the Luis Ortiz fight. So the momentum is definitely shifted. You could tell those KOs are affecting Tyson Fury. Hey, Ron Figley ain't got no chill, bro. So that's what I see. And now all of a sudden it's fashionable for Joshua to mention Wilder. Now he wants to mention him. But when Wilder was stressing you and like, you thought you was too good. And it's I told you the best scenario is Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. That's a great analogy. At one point, Nicki probably thought I'm the baddest bitch in the game. Who's Cardi B? Because Cardi B was on her way up. But timing, life is about timing. Nicki kind of did Barbershop 3 movie and then took some time off from touring, took time off from music. She didn't drop nothing for like a year and a half. All that time, Cardi B was hustling. These is blood issues, and she was, dating the Migo dude and doing funny videos, and she started blowing up in the middle, in the in-between time. So that hurt Nicki because now Nicki's like becoming more of a relic. She gonna have to reinvent herself or some shit. Cardi B's taking that. She, at one point Nicki was clearly a bigger star than her, but now those lines are blurred. I just went to see the Avengers. The week I went to see the Avengers, they had a Coke or Pepsi Cardi B commercial. Cardi B had a commercial on the Super Bowl. It's blowing up for her. She did an Alexa commercial on the Super Bowl. So, AJ's getting Nicki Minaj'd, where it's like you thought you were better, and then, things happen in between time, and then one person's star power grew, and your profile, in the essence, took a hit. Literally, Joshua's fighting in 2 days, and, it doesn't feel anything extraordinary, at least to me. And the fans can try to fight it and hide it and deny it, but you can't deny this new media presence. You really can't. It's beyond that. And I told you, new media, we coming, we so infectious. What we say sticks because it makes sense. There's nothing they can do. Nothing. Absolutely nothing that no old media could do. Look, Boxing News 24. Joshua, it says Joshua. Look. Joshua talking more about Wilder. Joshua talking more about Wilder than Andy Ruiz. That's exactly what I told y'all. So, they're writing articles on popular websites saying the same thing that I said. Joshua is talking more about Wilder the week before he has another fight. And in my opinion, he should be focused all hands on deck with Andy Ruiz. You in fight week, bro. Who cares about the Wilder fight? Wilder said he's not fighting you now this year. You waited too long. And just to really quickly summarize that, because they're not finna disrespect everything that we work for on new media covering this whole thing. Wilder, simply put, tired of the games. Al Heyman and them tired of the games. Period. Eddie Hearn thought he controlled some shit. AJ thought he controlled some shit with DAZN. Oh, fight on DAZN or nothing, and no 50-50 over my dead body. Now they're giving you a taste of your own medicine. Now they're like, all right, fuck it. All right, we won't fight you. We still going to grow, though. And then now you have less chances to grow. That's what this is about. People could try to spin it and make it look like Wilder's ducking and all this other stuff. Good luck with that. We already seen what happened. We already know what Joshua said. He didn't take the $50 million. He said he doesn't want to fight in America. Now he's fighting in America in a few days. There's no erasing that. That's what I'm saying. There's no erase. You can't erase what's been documented. You can't erase that type of stuff. Like they're acting like they don't live in the same century as us. Like this is medieval times, and like all this stuff is not on camera. But anyway, new media. They thought they ran us exactly, and now they're just getting to taste their own medicine. They see they don't control the board like that. Wilder's becoming popular despite your hate. Wilder's becoming popular despite your oppression. Like for example, Eddie Hearn said that Wilder needed to fight Dillian White to become UK relevant. Now they're talking about Joshua could come to fight in America against Wilder. That's not what you said. You said the fight had to take place in the UK. So why are you acting like he could fight in the USA? If that was the case, why didn't he take the 50 million, 50%, boom, boom, bam, and you could have fought him yesterday? They have to constantly backtrack on everything. Block Wuso design again. We already blocked you. You going back. Block Wusu design. He back. No, it's the same guy. We already blocked him. Just these dudes are desperate. Good luck with that. Nobody believes you. You know. Eddie Hearn was saying, "Oh, we're not fighting and this and that. It has to be on the zone." Now you see him switching up. Oh yeah, he's not. AJ's not contracted to the zone. He can fight wherever he wants. And then why'd you say Wilder had to come to the zone? Why'd you say he's not getting 50-50 over your dead body? Now you're talking about Wilder won't even take 50-50. He won't answer my calls. Oh yeah, 50-50. You know, maybe we have to give it to him. You know. It's already been documented. It's already in stone. So we have very little to do because we already did the grunt work. We already talked about this stuff as it was happening. All we have to do is remind you motherfuckers. And it's like that. You know, they're the ones that have to all of a sudden erase, you know, the last year and a half of history and make it seem like Luis Ortiz has been hiding from you. They have to make it look like Deontay Wilder's been hiding from you from the last year, and like he didn't do all them interviews yelling and calling out Joshua. And you got to convince the people. We've already done the work as it was happening, and that's so much better. Cleaning is like when you cook a meal, cleaning up the kitchen as you go, as opposed to leaving all the cups, measuring cups and knives and spoons and pots you use, and then waiting until you cook and eat and you're full, and then now you got to clean the whole kitchen. When you clean up a little bit as you go, then that becomes easier. And that's what we did. We cleaned up the kitchen as we went. You know, we started loading the dishwasher as we were cooking. We didn't wait till we got full. And after we cooked the food and, you know, felt lazy and had the itis to start doing the dishes. So now we only have a couple pots and pans to, you know, that we used. And we got to put the food in the Tupperware and then we good. The kitchen is clean. We wiped the counters. We already swept. We did the work, you know, and it's more proof that Anthony Joshua is clout chasing because he never, okay, why don't you go to Wilder Fury? It's just too easy. You want to fight Joshua wants to fight Wilder so bad, or you, why are you mentioning Wilder Fury, but you didn't go to their fight and you were in Oregon a few days later? Because you didn't want to, you thought you were too good. Just admit it. You thought you were too good and they were small fries and they had to wait on you to become successful. You thought they couldn't become successful. That's why you see Joshua constantly talking, and Eddie Hearn talking about the past. Because the future is looking kind of grim. That's what it is. Joshua, oh yeah, I fought Klitschko in my 15th fight. Hey, I fought the man Klitschko. Where was he? You know, the casual, dumbass old media talking points. Oh yeah, where was D Wilder when in his 15th fight? You know, I would love to be making noise at 15, and I was fighting Klitschko. Nobody cared. Klitschko, like that, you know, it's what it is. You don't hear any other fighter doing this. You don't hear no other fighter constantly talk. You know, Pacquiao about to fight Thurman. He's talking about fucking up Thurman. He not talking about, Yeah, when I bite Ricky Hatun, who cares? You already did that. You accomplished that. That's cool. It's already part of the arsenal. It's already part of history. Etched in stone. We get it. Joshua's constantly talking about, oh yeah, them guys, they turned pro. They've been pro 10 years. I've been pro 5, but they've been pro 10. People want to see you fight Fury. People want to see you fight Wilder. It don't matter when they're pro and when you're pro and all this stuff. We want to see the fight. That's what it is. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was watching Scooby Doo. Walder, he was in the Olympic. Like, nobody cares about that stuff. You're relevant. He's relevant. You're both champions. That's it. He keep talking about Klitschko and by my 15 fight, I'm Klitschko and 15. Like, bro. I had a job at Sears. I don't talk about the girls that I was dating from Sears. That was like hella long ago. I worked at Sears. I was like dub one or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, oh yeah, I fucked this chick at Sears. Oh yeah, Sears. Sears and Roebuck. I smashed the chick at Sears. Like, I don't care about Sears. That shit was old. Like, that's like, I got updated work. What you talking about? I don't care about what I did at Sears or something. When I was 21, I fucked a chick at Sears. No, who cares about that? That's like that. See, that's what I'm saying. It remind me of them old heads that be like drug dealers, like when Paid in Full was like filmed and shit. Like, like that time period, like 90s, 80s and shit. You were the man. You had the Audis and the Bentleys and Beamers and shit. But then you got locked up and you went away for some years. And then now you don't have like none of that. And you just keep talking about, man, we had the strip, nigga. Oh man, I pulled up with the finest Beamer, but you don't got a Beamer now. You take the bus, like, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. No shame taking the bus. But you on the bus like Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock and Speed. You talking about how you had a Beamer in 87 in them. Like, Klitschko literally ain't fought in like 3 years, 2 years, whatever the fuck it's been. And Joshua keeps talking about Klitschko. Why? You don't ever hear, like, if you really think about it, you don't just hear Wilder constantly talking about Stavern. Unless it pertains to something he's saying. He's not like, oh yeah, when Joshua was fighting Kevin Johnson, I was fighting Stavern. He's not saying that. Nobody cares, but like, we talking about what currently. And then Joshua, I'm just being real. Joshua, I don't think he thinks about what he's saying because none of it makes sense to me. None of it. Like, very little of it. He said he did an interview saying Tyson Fury and Wilder are making it worse because he's going to continue to learn. He said, so they already blew their best chance to beating me because he's going to keep getting better and they're stuck at where they're at. Makes zero sense. Wilder has power. That's usually the last thing to go. George Foreman showed you that. Michael Moore. Old George Foreman still has smoke. Evander Holyfield said he thought that Evander Holyfield knocked out his teeth. I mean, he thought Foreman knocked out his teeth because he got hit so hard with a mouthpiece on. He said he went back to his corner. You know what I'm saying? So you still got smoke. If you did it natural, you have natural power. That's like the last thing to leave. Other things probably regress a bit faster, maybe reflex and speed and shit, but power, usually the last. I know some dudes that are old and strong. There's this dude named Willie I used to work with, actually at Sears. The motherfucker, he would shake my hand so goddamn hard, bro. He'd give me that scary movie hand. He'd be like, oh, hey, what's up, ego? And I pull my finger back like that. My shit looked like he was an OG, you know what I'm saying? This dude named Willie. and he would like shake your hand and look you in the eye and shake your hand. Hey, what's up? Like it was a contest and shit. I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh damn. Hey, get off, Willie, get off. Oh damn, like he would like really had to like put your shit in a vice grip, bro. Remember when Carl Froch and George Groves was doing that weird ass handshaking? Yeah, he was doing hella, man. I was like, I'm gonna slap you. I don't care how old you are. You grab my hand like fucking RoboCop and shit. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. Like squeezing my shit like that, bro. So anyway, Power's the last thing to go. So that makes no sense for that. Then he was talking about, oh yeah, in 18 months versus 5 years, I'm gonna have so many more skills. And I guess so you're the only one that can improve. They're not gonna improve. Even though Wilder was a late bloomer. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Second of all, who said you would fight Wilder 18 months? That's a year and a half. Who said you're gonna fight him 18 months to 5 years from now? Beyond that, like that's what I'm saying. None of this stuff Joshua was saying is making sense. Beyond that, Wilder's 31-ish. What is Joshua's best win? Vote. On Joshua's entire resume, who's his best win? On Joshua's complete resume as it stands, who's his best win? Wilder's 33? Okay. Who is Joshua's best win on his resume? LJ Fighter says Vladimir Klitschko. Klitschko. Old and beaten Klitschko. Exactly. So how old was Klitschko? This is another reason. All you have to do is simple. Regis Prograis is not fighting on the undercard. Hell no. Regis Prograis is in the World Boxing Super Series. So it's not, he's not fighting him. Anyway, Klitschko, how old was he? .41, I think. So explain how Joshua's statement, he was in a tough fight with Klitschko, and Klitschko was 41, and that's his best resume fight. So Wilder's 33. I could divide 5 years worth of fights. I could divide. 2 of them shits was due. Listen, Wilder's 33, y'all said. He said 18 months to 5 years, he's going to be, crazy skilled, and, they will have missed the boat to beating him. Wilder's 33. That would put him at 38 years old. Klitschko, he fought at 41 and gave him a tough-ass fight, and he got dropped in the fight. So what is he talking about? You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, Klitschko went to the Olympics in 96. So he had been fighting a lot more. Wilder was a late bloomer who only started boxing because of his daughter had spina bifida. So even this theory of Joshua, first of all, hopefully we don't have to wait another 5 years, but it just, none of it makes sense. Wilder would be 38 years old. So, like, I don't think people even care about that fight 5 years from now, to be honest, because you got Tony Yoka, Daniel Dubois, and all these other motherfuckers coming up, F.A. Ajagba. So, what is he even bringing up 5 years from now for? Block boxing fan. I knew you was a rat. We just wait for you to show your whiskers. Block boxing fan. He can go. So, yeah, what Joshua was saying doesn't even make sense, bro. You can't just, it's not, see, Joshua talks like, he talks like a robot. Like, he acts like this, boxing is like this formula. Okay, Tyson Fury is this age, Wilder's this age. Like, Tyson Fury has boxing ability and skill in his frame. Even if you wait 2 years, 5 years to fight him, there's no, depending on what happens in his career, that's going to determine. But if he's still undefeated, why would he, Sergio Martinez fought Chavez Jr., he was 40. Marquez knocked out Pacquiao. He was 40. So what are we talking about? My coach and the manager decide if I fight Wilder. Could not be more clear. What is that? What do you mean? What is that? Yeah, man. We on top of it. New media. They thought we was just gonna give up and stop talking about it. Oh, media getting crushed. This is embarrassing. Y'all gotta get some new recruits because y'all dying off quick, bro. Y'all dying off quick. All these arguments we coming. And they can't outwork me. You know that. AJ said in 2017 he will not be ready to Wilder 2019-20. The video's on YouTube. Joshua to face Wilder at Wembley inside Anthony Joshua's training camp. Oh yeah, I know he said that. He said when have the best chance of beating him. You know? Yeah, when you have the best chance of beating him, huh? And now he's making it like he was rushing. Like he been rushing. And Wilder been stalling. So, I mean, it's clearly damage control.
We've got lots of tweets.
Heavyweight.
Johnny, who would you pick first?
I would have said Joe Fraser. Joe Fraser being your face, making your word.
They want me to fight. And man says Wilder at Wembley, boom, and then this. But you know what, right? This little devil on my shoulder, the fighting man says Wilder under the knife, chop him up. They want me to fight Mike Tyson, Wilder, Mike Tyson again, Wilder again.
See, what is Joshua even talking about? Who wants you to fight Mike Tyson? What is he talking about? Joshua just be saying stuff. Like, he said, they want me to fight Mike Tyson, Wilder, Mike Tyson again. And then Wilder. Who? Who allegedly who wanted this? What are you talking about? He just literally made that up. This is what old media does. Who wants you to fight Tyson? He's like, yeah, I gotta fight Riddick Bowe, Buster Douglas, then Mike Tyson, Wilder, then I gotta fight Razor Ruddock. Like, who? What are you talking about? Oh shit! Look at the committee is here. He was joking. God damn it, bro. Jokes are meant to be funny.
Lennox went through it with. Yeah. We were talking about with Massa.
That's right.
Them type of
He said Lennox went through it with Massa. What?
So you want to make things difficult for him?
No, I think it just bring the best out.
It has to.
Is this? That's that slave room talk. He said Lennox went through it with Massa. Oh hell no! Hold on.
Lennox went through it with. Yeah. We were talking about with Massa.
That's right.
Them type of.
Who the fuck is Massa? Hey, bro. Hey, UK, y'all gotta chill with this slave shit, bro. He said. He said Lennox went through it with Massa. Hey, bro. Who?
Throw a jab and then have a little walk around because he was there. Yeah.
Who the fuck is Massa, y'all?
He was unorthodox for a bit.
Slave trade?
But he was what he did to the greatest fight in the world.
So you want to make things difficult
Listen.
for him?
No, I think it just bring the best out.
It has to.
Yeah.
It has to. Lennox went through it with.
Yeah.
We were talking about with Massa.
That's right.
Them type of fighters that just in your face all the time. So yeah.
Hey, who the fuck is Massa, bro?
As well.
Daniel Taylor, if AJ wins, who would you pick next? Wilder at Wembley?
They want me to fight Mike Tyson, Wilder, Mike Tyson again, Wilder again, Tyson Fury, put him in under the knife, chop him up a bit, get him back to fighting weight, back to Wilder. But you know what, right? This little devil on my shoulder, the fighting man says Wilder at Wembley, boom. And then this devil on my shoulder, the manager hat says, what's best to guide my career? So it's
What fighter would say this fighting man says this, but the businessman says what's best to guide my career? Who says that? He said Massa, bro. I don't know who he's talking about.
The man says, Wilder at Wembley, boom. And then this devil on my shoulder, the manager hat says, what's best to guide my career? So it's playing devil's advocate, putting them together and seeing what works out best for my career. Do you know what I mean?
But
So-
Wilder at Wembley.
It depends. I think if it's pushed that way, it has to happen. And I just think, I'm going to do things my way, innit? If Wilder works, we're going to make it happen. If Wilder isn't the right opponent for next year, then we'll put it back on into 2019. But I'm just going to do things my way. People just can't. We're going to make it happen. If Wilder...
He said we're going to do things my way, innit? He said I'm going to push it back to 2019.
Wilder isn't the right opponent for next year, then we'll put it back on into 2019. But I'm just going to do things my way. People just can't rush my career. That's one thing I've learned, is that I've got a career, I need to map it out. I'm going to take fights at the right time for me. And yeah, if it's next year or the year after or the year after, when I fight him, I'll be in a position to beat him.
I find it funny when you say,
That tells you all, bro. That tells you everything you need to know. And and these dudes is still trying to act like Wilder been the one avoiding smoke. Bro, y'all new media, y'all getting fucked up, bro. That's out the horse's mouth. He said, "Oh, if I fight him this year, that next year, this next year, you know, whenever, and then I'll be in the position to beat him. I'm gonna do things my way, innit? All right, do things your way, bro. Go to 6 minutes and 24 seconds. What for, bro? It's the same shit. I already know.
My coach will determine when I fight Wilder. Me on this hand said it's no problem, we'll fight whenever, but I listened to
Wow.
here, or he didn't fight him there.
Wow.
The manager...
See, nah, bro. Oh my gosh. Shout out to New Media, man. I told you, we got Goonies. They just running around these streets of boxing, giving me the plug. Shout out to Shirley Newton. He dropping a bomb. I forgot he even said that part.
My coach will determine when I fight Wilder. Me on this hand said it's no problem, we'll fight whenever, but I listened to what my coach said and says, this isn't about, you know, putting on a good show for the promoters and anyone. This is about your career, your health, and the decisions you make.
Your health?
Will kind of pave your future in the sport of boxing. So, show for the promoters and anyone will determine when I fight Wilder. All that matters is that win, not the fact people say, he didn't fight him here or he didn't fight him there. The manager, my coach, will determine when I fight Wilder. Me on this hand says it's no problem, we'll fight whenever, but I listened to what my coach said and says, this isn't about, you know, putting on a good show for the promoters and anyone. This is about your career, your health, and the decisions you make will kind of pave your future in the sport of boxing. So you have to be smart about each decision you make.
I could play devil's advocate and say if David Haye managed to get through...
Wow. Wow. That's a pretty clear statement. He says, you talking about decisions and, oh yeah, you know, I got to play it. I got to play it safe and do what decisions make sense and stuff. Wilder does not talk like that. He does not say shit like that. You know, again, they just got tired of this A-side game, so they said, fuck it. That's what it is. Bro, he just said it. That's an older interview, but it doesn't matter. You said it in regards to Wilder. You said it in regards to Wilder. Now you making it like you were rushing. Come on, bro. Now all of a sudden you about to fight a late replacement, Ruiz. You got to turn up and try to make it look good for your American debut. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, why? Oh, I thought he wanted to be undisputed. Be undisputed. Come on, why? Who wouldn't want to be undisputed? Okay, that's what we're playing now. Look, so sad, so sorry. Look at this. Your man Boxingego been working, bro. Boxingego 2 years ago, Deontay Wilder calls out Anthony Joshua. Look. Damn. How did I get caught in this mess? Boxingego, 14-minute video I gave y'all. 43,000 views from 2 years ago. Let's look at the exact date. Hold on. Look at this date, y'all. June 26, 2000. Oh, I set y'all up. Hold on. June 26, 2016. Deontay Wilder calls out Anthony Joshua via Twitter, his verified, waiting on AJ response. Joshua beat Dominic Breazeale via 7th round knockout yesterday. Wow. I put all the details that y'all needed. So, I told you this shit don't go nowhere. So, June 26, 2016, I made a video saying that Joshua just knocked out, so presumably June 25th, right? June 25th, Breazeale got knocked out by AJ in the 7th round, and Wilder called him out. I gave you every single piece of information that you need in the description. I told you, this new media shit is life. This shit is not going anywhere. Now, that you seen the timestamp, I'm live. You can go to the video. I don't delete any video. So now we going to check the time frames. That video was uploaded June 26th. So June 26th or June 25th was the AJ versus Breazeale fight 2016. Now we're going to check my work. I told y'all stop fucking playing with me, B. I told y'all stop playing with me. I've been at this. I've been doing this. I've been at this like a cactus. Oh my gosh. What do we have here? What do we have here? Dominic Breazeale fight. Oh my gosh. Can you see it? Is it clear to you? Picture me rolling. Hey, is it clear to you? Hold on, I gotta zoom back out. Is it clear to you? Can y'all see it? Picture me rolling. June 26th, like I said, 2016, he beat Dominic Breazeale. So literally, just to put it in perspective, the day after he knocked out Breazeale, Wilder called him out in 2016. So my work checks out. That was a while ago. Yeah, it's really 3 years ago. And here, look, I even started the video with an interview. I told you, we've been planting the seed. We've been planting the seeds to speak the truth. So no matter what happens, the truth is already out there. The evidence is already put out there. I showed an interview from a year before where I talked to Eddie Hearn. I interviewed Eddie Hearn myself. Let's hear what he had to say in 2015. Look.
Speaking of Anthony Joshua, he's looking like a wrecking ball. He just destroyed Kevin Johnson. Rumor is Dillian White is an option. Is that something you guys are looking at? They have the amateur grudge?
Yeah, we were trying to make the Dillian White fight for September, but Dillian's got a small injury to his hand. He's training.
This is me interviewing Eddie Hearn in 2015 at an Andre Ward fight versus Paul Smith, his fighter. And I started the 2016 video with this clip because this new media, we've been proving people wrong.
Got hit and run.
Look.
So he's got some things going on. We're now looking at November, December for that fight. Anthony Joshua, you're going to know a lot about him over here in the States soon. In my opinion, he's the most exciting heavyweight prospect, in over a decade. He's 13 fights, 13 KOs, just KO'd Kevin Johnson for the first time in the second round, destroyed him. And now he needs to step up, I like fights like Marius Wack. I like fights like, even, Brian Jennings. I'll take that fight in a heartbeat for Anthony Joshua next. Tony Thompson, Steve Cunningham, he's ready for those guys now. He's ranked number 2 in the WBC, which is quite generous, but they see the potential, obviously. all the governing bodies. I think 6 in the WBO. And he's going to be the future heavyweight champion of the world. Many say he beats Deontay Wilder now. I think they're right. But it's not the right time. He's still learning. But probably Wilder's got, one voluntary and then a mandatory against Povetkin. If he gets through that, it won't be long till Anthony Joshua is the next mandatory for Deontay Wilder. And by then, it's going to be a great fight. But I like Deontay Wilder. I think he's great for boxing. I think he's a very talented heavyweight. A lot of people are saying Anthony Joshua could beat Wilder now, and they might be right, but it's not the right time. I give Wilder a lot of credit. He's a great fighter, but in time, Deontay Wilder against Anthony Joshua could be huge.
Fight World, it's your boy Ego in the back with some more.
He said some people think AJ could beat Wilder now, but it's not the right time. He said it twice. I showed you. I'm not new to this.
Or boxing bomb squad. And it's funny to me that Heyman haters say Al Heyman, he just puts on mismatches and he's the king of cherry picks. But then they never really show you what they're talking about, right? You look at Amir Khan, who was a welterweight fighter with Charles for the outcome. So it doesn't look like Anthony Joshua will be facing a guy inactive.
Damn, I got the tweet, bro. This is legendary. Look, since the winter time you planned on Tyson Fury, hey, it's time to make your American debut, Anthony Joshua. Look, I got tweets in this motherfucker, bro. I got Wilder's tweet. He says, since the winter time you planned on Tyson Fury, hey, it's your time to make your American debut, Anthony Joshua. Look. 2016. June 25th, 2016.
Period of time. It's the one heel for Anthony Joshua. So let's make sooner now where Anthony Joshua can get his hands on like a Klitschko Tyson Fury winner. And then Deontay Wilder also put this. He says, Eddie Hearn said sooner than later, so let's make sooner now. Hashtag Wilder Joshua. Hashtag.
Look. Deontay Wilder. Eddie Hearn says sooner than later, so let's make sooner, all caps, now. Wilder Joshua Bomb Squad. June 2016, after he beat Brazil. So, per usual, we got receipts. This is why you're not fucking with us, because these other poo-butt rookies, they knew. I'm a pioneer in this game. I pioneered this whole talking head boxing YouTube shit. We done the livest gates. So, Wilder's the one ducking. This is what they're going to run with for fight week. Very predictable. He's the one ducking. But I have receipts from 2016 where he was vehemently and clearly calling out Anthony Joshua, saying, let's get it cracking, let's get it rocking. Let's fight in the winter. I'm ready. And Joshua was a champion at that time because he fought Dominic Brazil as a champion. That was his first title defense. Damn, it's looking sad for old media, man. So they were both champions because Wilder was the longest champion at heavyweight. So he was a champion before Joshua. And Joshua's first title defense was Dominic Brazil. So they were both champions, and Wilder was calling out for him. Like we knew. See, old media can't do this. They can't show no receipt from 2016 where Joshua was like, man, fuck that, let's go, come on, where contracts were sent. I just showed you Eddie Hearn also said, oh yeah, some people think Joshua could beat Wilder, and maybe they're right, but it's not the right time. Real brother wants me to play a clip. Man, this shit is too easy. I don't even want to play no clips, bro. You guys know what the fuck I'm saying is true. It's like, I don't even know, bro. Like, I don't even, like, I'm going to do it because it's real brother. What part am I supposed to?
You said it. That's it. And on Saturday night, win, look good, and the world is your oyster.
You said it. That's it. Straight to Wilder. But as you said, Saturday night, win and look good. So it's like the boxing I was talking about. It's like the steps. So I think without all the hardship I went through, blah, 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 would never be MSG. Without the fight Saturday night, going through the tough times, emotion, physical struggle, I'll never get to Wilder, so I've got to get through that and straight on to the big fight.
And then we get the two of you together. There should be no excuses, no problems, no nothing. It should be simple to sort it out this time, shouldn't it?
They should sit us down face to face. That would be good. I think they should sit us down face to face and talk about what the issues are, man to man, and get this fight sorted this year.
And on Saturday.
Oh, that's funny. So basically, you wait for Wilder's team to be fed up with Eddie Hearn and your games, and then they say they have fights lined up, already set up. So you don't know if they just whatever. If they get it done, great. But he said he's scared. He looks terrified. This shit is funny, bro. Like, see, that's weird though. Why would you wait till he says he? You wait till he publicly, him and Shelly Finkel publicly said they have a lot on their plate because they're not waiting. The game don't wait. Why would you slow up your momentum to deal with people who have previously not given you what you wanted and not been easy to work with? And then you wait for that point to be this assertive. I can't really believe it. If it leads to him, that's cloud chasing, bro. Because you literally waited until he told you he had plans, and he's like, oh no, that what it reminds me of? Man, this is funny. Old media is getting destroyed. It's like two little kids sitting on a table. There's a Transformer toy. Neither kid has touched the toy in 20 minutes, and then I pick up the toy, and it's the other kid's toy, but nobody was interested in it. Once I show interest with the Transformer, the other kid tries to snatch it and starts crying and stuff because it's his toy. Same thing. People do this with like significant others. Like a girl, might not like you that much or really be in pursuit of you, and then she sees you hook up with her friend or some shit, and then she get jealous. Like, bitch, you could have been the one, but you weren't really fucking with it. Your friend down, and she look hot, so oh well. You can't wait till someone else shows interest for you to show interest. You got to show interest if that's what was in your heart. If I invited a girl out to dinner and go on a date and she refused me, that's cool. I'm not going to me too, no shit. The pudding, I'm not going, cool. But then if I, connect with your friend or another girl or something, and, another coworker, and then you see that we start dating or going, then how you going to be jealous when that could have been you? That could have been you. That just doesn't make sense. You were the one that I initially pursued, and you weren't really feeling it or fucking with it or free or whatever, then don't get mad. And they've made it clear. Man, the more you guys squirm, the worse it's getting for you. Because now we got receipts on all this shit. Dates, times, timestamps. Look. Dates, timestamps, and everything. Talk sport. Deontay Wilder manager Shelly Finkel rules out Anthony Joshua. Fight next. April 30th, 2019. So, look at the dates, times. Look at what people say then and now. Look. Not happening. Deontay Wilder manager Finkel rules out Anthony Joshua's fight next and says they will revisit AJ in 2020. Michael Benson, April 30th at 4:23 p.m. This timestamp precedes everything we're hearing from Joshua this fight week. Everything is now documented. That's what I'm saying. There's no getting out of this. So weeks later, a month later, what is it? April 30th, And then now today is May 30th. A month later, Joshua, the week of his fight, is talking about Wilder in all the interviews and all the headlines. But they told you before the Brazil fight, at least at April 30th, that they're not fighting you. They already have a 3-fight plan. Bro, how many more receipts y'all need? You can't win. Look, Talk Sports, shout out to them. Not happening. Wilder manager Shelly Finkel rules out AJ fight next. Says they'll revisit AJ in 2020. April 30th. That is time stamped and postmarked before any Joshua. Joshua just did that interview today. He's in New York. He just did that interview talking about, oh yeah, Wilder. Yeah, let's sit down. We got Wilder and me, and let's sort it out. They already told you. You don't wait. Why would you wait until they were tired of the games, right? Tyson Fury was playing games, so they said, fuck both of y'all. We gonna work on using this momentum. He got a viral knockout, blah blah blah. Maybe they predicted that he was gonna do his thing with Dominic Brazil. And then they knew Luis Ortiz needed to fight. So behind the scenes, they're working on all that type of stuff. Presumably why Luis Ortiz didn't even take the AJ fight for all this money. And that was one of the things that came up. So it sounds like they've been working behind the scenes. Al Heyman got the game in the Cobra Clutch. He got the game in the Cobra Clutch. Even when you don't think it, they working it. Here's another tidbit. I heard through someone from Ego's Army, from a trusted source, that they're doing a rematch between J-Rock and Jarrett Hurd in November. So if they're planning fights all the way out to November, like a rematch, even though it's a rematch with a rematch clause, if that shows that they're planning behind the scenes, because that's pretty far out. It's probably gonna come quick, but you get it, come quick. No, let me stop. I was about to say bars. So there's nothing old media can do, man. All this stuff is postmarked and predated. Joshua saying all this stuff. Oh yeah, why won't Wilder fight me? I'm baffled and da-da-da-da. They've already told you they're not fighting you because they went ahead and went with a more structured plan without having to worry about the games that y'all was playing. Because y'all was saying, oh, no 50-50 over my dead body. You didn't take 50 mil. And you said, hey, show me a contract. You sent contracts with no date and venue. You badmouthed Luis Ortiz, made it look like he was ducking. Eddie Hearn hating on the Wilder Fury fight and saying it won't happen, saying it's going to do bad numbers. Just talking too much. Eddie Hearn said, oh, if Joshua only sold 1 million in 25 minutes, he would pass out. And oh, Wilder got to come to DAZN. They did all of this, and now they said, all right, cool, we're not worried about it. Wilder has a lot of momentum. We'll make him a star our way, period. Now, it sucks for the fans who really wanted to see Wilder, Joshua, but it's been sucking. It sucked last year. So don't act like it's brand new now. They thought they were ahead of they thought they had outsmarted everybody, and the Scooby-Doo and the mystery van fuck around and caught you anyway. I would have got away with it too if it weren't for you mangy kids. New media is exposing everything. Like I said, there's a Shelly Finkel interview on a UK website, predated, time-stamped for April 30th. They told you they are not fighting you next because of obvious reason, and they got a full plate. That's what they said. So, clout chasing Joshua, why is he keep talking about Wilder? You're not fighting him. Wilder's name is hot out in these streets, and AJ's dick right. See? They told you you're not fighting him now. They said, all right, cool. We Tyson Fury, and I don't blame them because that's 2 UK fighters, and there's been some bullshit trying to get fights done. First, it was cool with Tyson Fury, but then he skips town and goes to ESPN when they think they're in the middle of negotiation. They got to keep this show rolling. Wilder is 33 or whatever y'all said he was. He's 33. Why would you play with these British fighters? Why? Tyson Fury, you thought you had the Barclays. You wasting precious time. You thought you had a rematch set. Contracts have been sent, and then at the end, it started getting weird, and we come to find out it's because Tyson Fury switched sides on him. He not playing. I don't blame them for playing. If people are playing these games and like power tripping and shit, just do your own thing. It sucks for the fans, but it's what it is. So yeah, that's once again, I always prove it. This is why AJ is clout chasing. AJ is clout chasing because he knows better. Because Shelly Finkel already made it a public issue that the fight wasn't happening this year. He said he already told you. He's like, nah, we got a lot on our plate now. You know, they thought this is what's hurting Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn's heart, and probably their wallets. They know DAZN needs big fights. They know DAZN needs big fights. They know AJ doesn't really have many options. Wilder has more options now because he could still fight all those PBC guys and or Tyson Fury at some point on ESPN. That leaves Joshua fighting who? Huey Fury, Kubrat Pulev, who? You know, Andy Ruiz, late plate replacement. Your window of opportunity, you thought you controlled when the Trowbridge went up and down. You thought you could time it. You thought, oh yeah, we're gonna make some money with Povetkin. We're gonna squeeze this Gerald Miller in, and then when we want, we'll fight Wilder or whatever you thought. We want to keep giving Joshua experience so he's fully ready for the power punching of Wilder in different styles and whoom. And then you misjudged it. The Trowbridge just went up. That shit just went up. Now you can't get across. You can't get across the moat. You don't have no boat. You don't have no paddle. Don't know how to swim. Now you can't get across because you thought you controlled when the bridge comes up. You thought you had it all mapped out. That's what happened. Remember when AJ said he would freeze him out? Now look, exactly. Play with fire, you could get burned. Yeah, he gonna have to fight Dillian White, which is again doesn't do anything for DAZN because it's still not a big USA fight. It's not a big USA fight. Joshua already knocked him out, and there was no confusion as to who won. It wasn't controversial like Carl Froch, George Groves. There was no controversy. He knocked the man out. At best, you could say Dillian White's more experienced now. But still, Dillian White still ain't fought no one like crazy. He fought Joseph Parker off a loss. Lucas Brown, who most people never really rated as no like world beater. Failed drug tests and then he was off drugs. And Derek Chisora rematch. He beat domestic level talent at best. He didn't beat no Luis Ortiz or some shit. So good luck. And Al Heyman. He's something serious, bro. He playing chess. These other dudes ain't playing chess. They thought they could control it. And Eddie Hearn's getting locked up, bro. He getting locked up. Bob Arum did him greasy too. He signed Devin Haney. The whole world thought Devin Haney was gonna get a title shot. Devin Haney had to fight Antonio Moran. Devin Haney had to fight Antonio Moran. And he ain't getting a title shot. Luke Campbell is fighting in a unification because Bob Arum. Eddie Hearn getting jammed up, yo. Getting jammed up. They thought this shit was going to be so easy to overtake America or whatever they said he was going to do. It hasn't been happening. It has not been happening. And see, look at it. Like Devin Haney, that's the homie. But how you make him into a star? Who you going to put him in there? Ryan Garcia, I don't see Golden Boy putting that together or the powers that be at best. I don't see them rushing that. So who you going to put Devin Haney in there with? Who's Usyk going to fight? You going to make AJ versus Usyk in 2 fights? That's not that big. I don't get excited like some people over Usyk versus AJ. I got to see something from Usyk at the new weight class. Like Evander Holyfield, I didn't just, people had to see that he could make the move from cruiserweight to heavyweight before people started chanting Tyson versus Holyfield, Lewis versus Holyfield. It wasn't like, Evander Holyfield had 2 fights from cruiserweight to heavyweight, had 2 heavyweight fights, and people were screaming, fight Lennox Lewis. That's not how that worked. You know what I'm saying? So I got to see Usyk do something. And even the Carlos Takam, that's just like a tune-up fight, bro. That's a tune-up fight. Like that, even though he's moving up, he's been in there with Klitschko and sparred him and shit like that. Takum's not even that big. Takum is like damn near the build of a cruiserweight. So that don't really mean nothing to me. I'd rather see Usyk versus Dillian White or some shit. He said DAZN trash. Facts. Man, them heavyweights are strong. Very strong. Loma versus Haney, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Because, first of all, Loma already fought one time this year. So, who knows if Lomachenko's going to fight a third time. And if he does fight a third time, does anyone really think it's going to be Devin Haney if he beats Campbell? Takum is a journeyman. Bro, the zone needs some hits, and they need it like ASAP. Clout chasing ain't gonna be the ticket. You can't punch that ticket. I would actually rather see Joseph Parker versus Usyk than Takum. Al Haymon is playing some serious chess. And then the other thing is you can't control the media like the UK is trying to do. Not credentialing. I didn't even apply for the fight, I told y'all. But not giving credentials to certain media, American media. How is Joshua going to become a star if he's not acquainted through American channels? American channels are that bridge to some shit. Like when I was in the music group, there was two other guys that to this day, they my homies, that's my brothers, right? I know them so well that I trust their opinion. Like if they say, hey, I went to Oakland and had this barbecue spot, it's slamming, this shit was smacking. Or, hey, go see the Avengers Endgame. I trust them. I trust their opinions. You feel me? The bridge, you got to bridge the gap. You got to bridge the gap from AJ being a UK name to an American name. And you know what the funny thing is? This is the funny thing. Conor McGregor don't act like AJ. Conor McGregor is like, I don't know how many of y'all knew this or seen this. I covered Mayweather McGregor, and I said, hey, Conor, how's your new whiskey? This was before the proper 12 hit the shelf. He's like, try it. And he gave me his cup and had me sip out of his cup. It's all on tape. Conor McGregor did that to me. And I don't know Conor like that. I mean, I don't know if he knows me, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know him. Conor don't be acting like that. That man gave me his whiskey cup and had me sip on it out of his own cup. So Conor McGregor, see, LJ said, I remember. Yeah, that was a cool moment. People were like, oh, shit. He just, he fucked with Boxingego. AJ act like he's in protective custody or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't seem like, like you're in America about to fight in America, but you don't seem like you're taking it all in. You seem like you just hide in your nest until it's time to come out, stuff like that. When he should be like, in my opinion, be doing like politicians. Like the politicians be kissing babies, shaking hands and stuff. Meet the people, meet the fans, stuff like that. I'm not hanging around with him, so I don't know if he's doing it, but I haven't seen that type of behavior. No stars will be made on the app only. The whole strategy of DAZN is flawed. That's a good point too. They didn't think through a lot of the turmoil. Especially on a streaming app. It's just you have to go through different motions. Like, man, I swear to you, my parents, like, my mom got an iPad, they got cell phones. Sometimes my mom asks me like just simple stuff like, oh, I'm on Amazon. How do I return something? How do I check out? Cause she doesn't, she don't want to like fully learn all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's what people do, So it wouldn't really be advantageous or convenient. Like if my mom was a boxing fan to watch DAZN, cause she would, you go to the app, download it, sign in. She sometimes she don't be like she be having different passwords and just weird shit. Like she don't keep her passwords uniform. Oh, I don't remember what the password is for this. You got to deal with stuff like that. On pay-per-view, you don't have to do it. You don't have to if you watching Spence versus Mikey Garcia, Pacquiao versus Stern, you don't have to enter passwords and all this shit. You know, oh, verify your email and, you know, oh, check your spam folder. You don't have to do all that. And that's not everyone's cup of tea as of right now. You know, for the youth, maybe they get through, but the youth also doesn't have money all the time. You know, I know when I was 18, 19, my money ain't the same as it is now. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. It is a flawed plan because they haven't thought about stuff. They don't have no network to fall back on. You know, having an app is cool and build on it and you know, future-proof your shit. But at the same time, to just be on the app, I don't know. That's why they have, when Devin Haney has a great knockout, that's why they immediately have to put it on their social media to try to get us some traction. That's why they got to put it on their YouTube. But there's a conflict. There's a conflict here. What am I paying $20? Not me, because I don't have DAZN right now. But what are the fans paying $20 for if you could watch Devin Haney, you know, the best parts of his fight, him knocking out the guy, multiple angles, 10 minutes after the fight just ended? So for $20, you know, that becomes a different decision. So they're in between a rock and a hard spot because I get it. They're trying to promote. You know, Devin Haney had a classic knockout, so they want to promote it. But at the same time, it's unfair to your paying patrons. Shout out to Oakland. Just tell me how that's fair to the paying customers. You're paying $100 a year, $20 a year, and we could both look at the highlights, you know, pretty promptly. You know, I could watch, if I want to watch the AJ versus Ruiz, that doesn't really show Ruiz, but whatever. Meek Mill special, I could watch it on YouTube for free right now. But, you know, you're paying $20 to watch that. You're paying $100 in advance to watch it. You got to make exclusive shit exclusive, you know, or have free trial weeks or some shit. Cause that don't make no fucking sense. So I don't know. I don't really understand that aspect. Yeah, Ruiz is a live dog. And see, that's the other thing why I don't like, because Joshua's out of character a bit. Joshua's out of character a bit. You know, he's saying, I'll break Luis Ortiz's jaw and shit like that. You know, I mean, not Luis Ortiz. He said he'll break Andy Ruiz's jaw if he keeps talking trash and constantly worried about Wilder. I think he should just focus on the guy in front of him. You know, it's never really a good look to underestimate. I don't know how he's been training and all that. You know, but it's not a good look to underestimate somebody. Anyway, I got to give my voice a rest. We working. New media is destroying old media. This is crazy. Y'all going out like suckers.